What up, everyone? This is Wild Phil with Wild Phil's Osophy. Let's get wild. Today, I don't have my Cuban Joe Pesci co-host because he's pussy whipped. So today we got Mark Carsky, the wineboxpapi, and we got Dylan Mahler. Mahler's, is that the right way?
Mahler.
What's cracking, baller? I love hearing your social media voice come out. I love it.
Yeah, I have to change it up, you know.
Yeah, they got to keep the people entertained.
So what the fuck is
what they want?
So what's new with everyone? What's the I start off with is there any fucking crazy shit during this week that's on your mind?
It's a good cigar, by the way. It's
you
very
like
nice. It? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I got to take a picture of the package. I'm like, I can get into these for sure. Anything new? Dylan, if you have something to answer right away, because I'm trying to think.
I guess I crushed at Zany's for.
Oh yes, dude! I'm glad
straight.
you brought that up, dude. Dylan was the talk of the town. I even heard about it at Joe's that he fucking crushed. Flanagan was talking him up, dude. He's like, Dylan did so fucking good, dude.
Hell yeah!
At Zany's Chicago. Nice,
the
man.
GOAT, dude. Dylan's gonna be the GOAT. I'm telling you.
He is. No. So how big was the lineup?
There was I think there were 6 people. It was Super 6.
Super 6.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Everyone did 9 minutes, I think.
Yeah. So you got that you got a polished 9 minutes?
Oh yeah.
How long do you think you could do, Dylan?
I think especially because I notice if I'm doing something in between my jokes, I have a lot of things I like adding in between. That adds a little bit of time, so I don't know, at least 15. I did 15 on Halloween.
Nice.
So it'd be even better now, but
nice.
That's what
yeah. I better have fucking 20 minutes cuz I just got I don't know if I got a date at the Red Room in March.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Congrats. That'll be your year, right?
That'll be my first yeah.
Damn, dude, 1 year in and you get to 20-minute spot, dude. That's goals, dude.
Yeah, thank you, man. Mm-hmm. It feels good. It feels nervous as fuck.
Paid spot?
Yeah, it's
how much is Khalil paying you?
I don't even know. I'm expecting peanuts.
Yeah, to me when I get when payments ever a thing, I'm like, I don't really give a shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here.
I think they told me it's 15 to 20 minutes, but it's I looked at it like I was saying before. I got a polished 6, another polished 6, and the second polished 6, I could fucking stretch it out to.
You say the 2 polished 6s is 15 right there, right?
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, so I think it'll be fucking awesome.
And just do some crowd work to fill in some other shit.
Yeah. Plus, dude, the sets that I've done at the Red Room have killed every time.
Yeah, I haven't done bad at the Red Room yet, but I've only been there 3 times. But it's a good room, though. You know?
Dude, the thing that made me laugh my ass off the first time I went there, I forgot what the guy's name is. He kind of looks like a metalhead. Has a long beard, wears a flip cap. I fucking walk in there, and it was my first time. He's like, so where are you from? I'm like, oh, I usually stick to the burbs. He's like, oh, it's a different animal here. And I'm like, yeah, I was raised in Chicago, if that gives me any fucking brownie points. And then I went up and did twice as better than him.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, yeah, where's that animal, motherfucker?
It does feel for some reason, when I first ever did one in the city, it just felt more scary for some reason. But not anymore, but it was just more, I don't know, it feels more they're more.
Is it for racist reasons?
Yeah, I do hate black people. I think it's also because they have more ability to do sets, so it's kind of they're just better. But I don't think that way anymore because I was with Dylan and I saw the sets was not the best because we were at a place that was very late at night, so it was just every comedian drunk talking. So I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, this is nothing to worry about. But nowadays I wouldn't really get worried about an open mic. But I still get a little bit nervous for a new spot.
Yeah,
but that's just excitement, I guess.
Red Room, I like it because it's I got this edgy, fucked up humor, and every time I went there, it's kind of like a working class crowd. I know there's, I don't even want to mention. There's this one girl that goes up there every time that it's so funny because I'm like, I hope these motherfuckers are laughing for the right reasons, because I think she had, I heard somebody say she had a brain surgery, so she's out of her damn mind.
Okay,
and she just goes up there and it just goes on a rant. I don't know. And I don't know if it's mercy laughs or hey, please don't pull out a gun. Where are the exits left?
You're just looking for the exit.
So
at the Red Rooms where I first got to experience black people in a crowd, and they loved me. They love
Nice.
it. They're like old white people are my enemies. I can never get them to laugh.
Dude, I love when I'll tell like white privilege or black jokes, and I see people at Joe's or at these other like predominantly white clubs like getting nervous, but then I do that shit in front of black people and they're like, that's fucking hilarious.
I have a
man.
theory because black people have actually been through bad things and they know what it's like for bad things to happen. White people are just like, I have to be offended for this type shit. Like they have this
The guilt.
white guilt.
Yeah.
But white people are so pussy. What do you think, Dylan? Over there texting all these hoes.
I don't know. Just one.
What are you doing over there? Watching a podcast?
No, dude, I got to upload a clip though. I have like a bunch of different versions. I got to pick my favorite.
The grind
version.
never stops, dude.
No.
Yeah.
I'm trying to at least like do one a day.
I took a fucking week off. That's what's new this week because I don't know if I mentioned, like, I had a sore throat. I felt like I had a alien resurrection parasite in my stomach. I was so fatigued. I like fell out of breath.
Damn.
Taking a shit. And I had 3 COVID tests, 2 strep tests, 2 flu tests. They're telling me it's fucking nothing. And my whole family had it too. It's fucking weird. So maybe there's a leaking gas leak in my house, and
Maybe it's genetic.
maybe it's genetic, yeah.
Dylan, did you also know, like when in the group chat, when I was like, I am immune from all sicknesses, I love how Phil took that seriously. I was like,
Yeah, because you're a god.
yeah, I was like, of course I'm not immune to all sicknesses.
So like, I'm trying to think of what else fucking. You know what else happened this week? I just read about this right before this. You know where Des Plaines Theater is?
No.
Okay. So for anybody, do you guys know anything about Des Plaines? Everyone I knew in Des Plaines was like, they felt like they were hot shit. They had these huge dreams, but they were kind of rednecks. That's
Okay.
fucking everybody that I knew, because half the town is a trailer park. So it's like they have this theater that's kind of like, all right, we're going to bring in the hot shit here because they're going to bring in comics or whatever fucking bands. And I guess they had this event called Awake the Children. Did you hear about this shit?
No, I want to though.
It was like a bunch of I still don't know what the fuck it is. I was reading the comments section. I'm like, what the fuck does Awake the Children mean? And nobody mentioned. They just said like it's these Republican / Proud Boy guys trying to fucking like have this event where they talk about how, you know, whites only, no tranny, like type shit. And I'm like,
I see nothing wrong with this.
dude, I'm just trying to picture.
Sounds like most comedy shows.
I'm just trying to I'm imagining whatever fucking like right wing dudes are dragging their kids to this thing. The kids probably have the same reaction as like a drag shit. Like, what's happening? Tell me how to feel, Daddy. Like what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
I don't think
dude.
any kids have interest in this, you know.
No.
But it's. I thought it was pretty fucking hilarious. Other than that, I don't know what else is. I'm trying to get my renovation done because these motherfuckers are mentally challenged, is what I would say. It's white people problems, but like I ordered this fucking lamp. I ordered the ceiling lamp that's supposed to be as wide as my fucking arms if I was crucified. So like fucking 4 feet, right?
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I want to.
You didn't see a sex cross over there, dude? With the
Yeah. What do you think we're doing after this, man? But we're getting wild. But yeah, I ordered this fucking he's installing this thing. It is 2 feet wide.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit longer than my dick. No, I'll be honest. I got a chode.
I could see it.
The weight gain hasn't helped my chode, but
It makes your penis smaller when you gain weight.
yeah, it goes further in, so you look like a snapping turtle. That's I don't know. I wish it was green, so that at least it could be a complete snapping turtle. But anyways, I ordered this. I'm telling him, I'm like, did you order the right fucking thing? He's like, oh yeah. What's the problem? I'm like, does that like stretch or elongate? What the fuck are you talking about? And so you know what his solution is? He goes, oh yeah, you didn't give me the right info. I'm like, no, I did give you the right info. You ordered the wrong fucking thing. And he goes, well, we did extra electrical in the kitchen, so we're not going to give you the refund back. That's the solution. So
This makes me never want to be a homeowner.
yeah. It doesn't help that I'm watching Ozark and I'm watching these like cartel Mexican guys fuck over them. So I'm just assuming like you motherfuckers are doing the cartel shit on me. But it's funny too. You know how you can how I could tell how fucking like how much I hate rednecks. Have you watched Ozark?
I don't even know what it is.
All right, it's basically
I don't watch TV or movies. Sadly.
It's like it's pretty similar to fucking Breaking Bad, but the whole show.
I have seen some of that.
There's this redneck chick who's like laundering cartel money, and it literally there's so many disturbing scenes. This cartel guy cuts open a baby from a woman's stomach and
nice,
like just all this shit. But the most disturbing thing to me is I'm like, bitch, you're laundering money for the cartel. She never updates her fucking trailer. I'm like, why the fuck are you still living in that trailer in the last season? Like, what the?
Don't want to get caught, man. You start spending that money, dude.
Yeah.
Start spending the paper trail.
So yeah, but oh, and another announcement. I'm gonna roast battle Amy Simon on February 2nd. It's gonna be fucking fun.
How many jokes you got for it already?
So, like, it's funny. Like, you gotta have 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny when I did Chris, I had like 24.
Holy shit.
And then I had somebody come up to me. They're like, just do one Asian joke. So it immediately trimmed down to 7.
Wait, why'd they say just do one Asian joke? Would it just be too much?
Well, it was
just like, Chris.
They just thought it'd be fucking hacky, to have that many. Like it just would be creatively lazy.
Yeah, it's a little bit easy.
So now, right now, I got 18 jokes for Amy, and
wow.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I hope everybody comes out. It'll be fun. I hope Amy doesn't cry. But I told her like 3 times. I'm like, I don't know if you know what's funny is like when I walked in. Do you know Adam Quazillo?
No.
Quazillo?
Nah.
He's if you see the roast, I'm sure like Dylan, you said you look at like people who are getting constantly booked on the roast battle.
A lot of repeat.
Adam Quazillo is like the really fat Jewish looking guy. I always think he looks like a bigger Randy Newman. You know that?
No, sadly not.
He's the guy who wrote that Toy Story song, You Got a Friend in Me. But he gets booked he's like the fucking roast master general of Chicago. But I was talking to him in the green room. He's like, you know what you're getting yourself into. I'm like, what do you mean? And then immediately the Chris Grieco, the one who books all of them, he walks in. He's like, yo, listen, guys, we're going to have a pep talk. You know why you're here? Because comics are fucking pussies. They can't take roasts. You guys aren't. But if you think you can't, you still got a chance to get out. Because don't be fucking coming to me, take that YouTube clip down and all that shit. And then Adam's like, oh, man, you never did a roast. This is going to be hard on you. So that actually scared me. But I was laughing my ass off when fucking... Oh, Chris Bongat's shit was fucking hilarious. My favorite joke, I almost want to take it like to use on my set as he kept saying I'm a fat Jared Leto. But yeah. So that's what's coming up. So I got to fucking ask. Like, I'll start with like Dylan. What got you to start comedy? When did you start?
October last year, 2022, or yeah,
October
2021.
Yeah, 2021. What's your background? Like, where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Michigan, and I wrestled in high school and college. So I moved to Naperville for college.
Were you a state champ?
No, I took 7th. But I didn't wrestle till high school, so it was kind of cool. And then wrestled at North Central, and lived around in Naperville. But then, I only started comedy last year, I think, leading up to it.
Did you move to Naperville on your own?
Yeah. That's where I went to school, but then...
Oh, okay.
But then I just moved there moved to the city from Naperville.
Who do you think, like, top 3 influenced you to do comedy? Like, if...
That's what I was going to say. It was, like, leading up to it, like, I saw Louis C.K. live, and Norm Macdonald, like, passed away. And... I think like those things, and I just kind of had nothing to do and just like.
But you saw him live. Where was that at?
No, I saw Louis C.K. live.
Yeah, Louis the fucking GOAT, man.
And I think you said when the guy died.
Oh, when he died. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like in a bad place when I started comedy though, and so I was just like in a bad place. But then I think like those
Please share. What was
No.
No.
But it was like
Okay.
before that, like seeing Louis, and then Norm passing away, and then I don't know. I was just like, I didn't even know I was gonna do it. Like the day I did it, I just kind of like woke up and like thought it randomly, and I was like, that would be fun to just go do an open mic, like. And
Wow.
yeah.
Were you super nervous?
Yeah, like it was probably like the most nervous I ever was for my first one. Like I remember it feeling like out of body almost, just like, but I like had like a super like long bit, but it was just like the first people I saw at the open mic was like Tyler Fowler opening for the first person on the list was Vic Pandya.
Yeah.
So it was just like, damn, like this is what like open mics are like. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Did you what was that first mic? Where was it?
Surge Billiards, this pool hall or whatever.
Where's it at?
I think in Logan Square.
Okay, cool.
I used to live in Logan Square.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And so from there, how'd you meet up with Jerks at Joe's?
Yeah, I started. So like, I think went to CG's probably like first week and met Kyle there, and then like wasn't on the list obviously because I didn't know how it worked, but I even
Same shit
remember
happened
like
to me.
showing him like that I was like serious about it, just like wanted to do it, and yeah, I don't know, just like hung out with him after, and like that kind of like introduced me to like what other mics there were.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, I went to Joe's randomly one night,
Yeah.
like didn't know anyone that was going, and then saw that there were people there from other places that I recognized.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I don't know, everyone was cool to me, helped me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
fucking-
intimidated by Joe's though with the lights, and just I was like, who knows what this is like, but couldn't
Yeah.
have been cooler.
Now it's ours.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's like had
Moving
nothing to
on
be
up.
scared of or worried about.
Yeah.
It was like everyone was cool.
Yeah.
Like the first time I went to
Giving me
Joe's was like a year
advice.
ago, a couple days ago. It was like the first time.
Yeah.
It's just
went
like,
there.
So what
Now you're
what
a
started you, Mark?
host.
I was doing YouTube, so I actually tried stand-up comedy like 5 or 6 years ago. Like I did the stand-up comedy thing, the class at Second City, and then I had to like pick between what I wanted to put my time in, like YouTube or stand-up, and I thankfully chose fucking YouTube. And then I saw like the Bill Burr and H3 interview. Have you guys seen that?
Mm-mm.
So- Bill
Yeah,
Burr
yeah,
and
yeah.
H3. Yeah. So like Bill Burr just shit on H3 so much. I was like, oh, there's a huge difference between a YouTube comedian and an actual comedian.
Yeah.
Like he's a professional conversationalist. I was like, my main goal is like, I just want to be one of the guys.
Dude,
type
I
shit, like
fucking-
one of the.
I hate H3. You like
Dude, he's the reason I started YouTube, but now I fucking hate him. That fat cunt. He's so annoying. dude.
I seriously feel like I'm just gonna go on a rant. I just like I could see all these different. I got into the whole YouTube thing just because like my kid telling me just the PewDiePie and all the top one whatever somehow I fucking have you ever heard of Destiny?
the video game
No, the YouTuber.
Minecraft. No, I have no idea.
No. He goes by Destiny. He just fucking likes debating a bunch of fucking people with
Okay.
politics. He's like a nerdy gamer.
Okay.
Who does nothing but game. But anyways, like looking at all these fucking guys, I just felt like I don't know how the fuck H3 got famous. I don't know how the fuck he got famous. Like
He used to be kind of funny. I just do reaction videos.
I always felt like because I listened to like Rogan, Skanks, Tiger Belly with Bobby Lee, and
Oh, well,
like
H3's podcast is trash.
Yeah.
You're talking about the podcast?
yeah.
That's only successful because he was vastly successful in the reaction genre. He didn't
Okay.
always have the podcast. And now that he took the podcasting route, he has absolutely fallen from every single grace he's ever had. He sucks.
I love him. I love watching him get into fights with that Trisha Paytas.
Yeah, that was smart. That was a very smart business move. That was one of the most popular things.
But then like his fucking girl sounds like she had a lobotomy.
My mom when I used to watch them, she used to hate Hila, which is so funny. She's like, my mom's like, she sounds stupid.
Yeah,
Which is a terrible thing to say about a foreigner mom, but I'm like,
And then I just fucking like, I heard about how like she's like legit Israeli, so she had to serve like in the Israeli army. I'm
Yeah.
like, What the fuck was she like working the cafeteria? Because I cannot see her holding a fucking gun and like going through training. Like, but so you yeah. By the way, we got the wineboxpapi here, a fucking professional YouTuber. Like, so you started. You said 5 years ago you tried doing stand up.
Yeah, and then I had to pick between YouTube and stand up to put my time into.
Where did you try it? Oh, I forgot to ask. Where did you grow up? Where you're at Crystal Lake?
I grew up I was born in Schaumburg, moved at 3 to Lake in the Hills, and Lake in the Hills is right next to Crystal Lake. So yeah, pretty much.
Okay, and then did you go to Schaumburg High School or Hoffman?
No, I went to Jacobs in Algonquin.
Okay,
sadly.
And then so like what like you did it when you did those first like the 5-6 years ago. Where'd you do it at?
I think I did one at like a bar in Chicago once, bombed really bad, and then I did a couple at the old Shrine when they had their classes, and then at Second City when they had the class there. And they have like the last thing you do for the class is do like a 5-minute set in front of real people. Yeah. Like I didn't even go to that because I already chose YouTube, and I like that I chose YouTube because like every stand-up comedian has to be a YouTuber nowadays to succeed.
Yeah.
So having the backing, because like that's just going to put asses in seats, and that's what it's all about pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a good proof of concept of like me already knowing like my initial thoughts are funny because like I'm on YouTube, I just riff talking shit. So the proof of concept of people thinking I'm funny is already there.
What do you think is like your best video that you did on YouTube?
I would say, I mean, like they're all like, I would say the newest one is always the best, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wouldn't say there's any one that like stands out, but I've also done like 1,000 on the main channel. So there's only been one bad one out of 1,000.
What was the bad one?
I had my friend who's an Instagram model come on a video to make fun of her and a couple of her friends, but she was so hot to where I couldn't fully act like myself. Like I couldn't.
You were like blushing.
I had to be
and shit?
no. I had to be like like, and it was her friends, so I couldn't go too. I'm like, these people. I was like, I can't go too hard. And people were also like a little mad that she was touching my dog. I have a bunch of my audience is majority women, so that like her touching my dog, they're like, wait, that's our dog. That's Miles. Why is she on the couch with you?
Oh my god, that's fucking.
Yeah, they didn't like that. There's one video though, so that's a pretty good ratio.
Yeah, I fucking so like how many, like both you guys, how many booked shows have you gotten?
Like 3 or 4 probably.
3 or 4.
Probably.
When was your first book show?
I guess if you count, if you count the roast, that would be my first one. But my like first one was Dan hooked it up because some comedian said he needed an opener to open up for him at some place he got booked at.
McCarty, right?
Yeah, Dan McCarty got it. It was Anthony Fuentes. I opened for him, and I just fucking ate shit, dude.
Did you? Why do you think so? Like, was it just not your crowd?
I walked in and I instantly knew it was going to go terrible. But there were some old white people, and then like Puerto Ricans and stuff. But they were cool, but they kind of knew him. The old white people I tried to engage with right away, and that kind of just went bad. And then. Yeah, I was just doing all what I thought was good material, but they were just not liking it. I don't know. And it was at the front of a bar. We didn't use a stage, so it just wasn't. Yeah.
What about Dylan? You said how many book shows you got?
I don't know, like not that many. Like I don't even think I've done like 20 even.
not that bad.
That's so many.
Oh, well, like I
was gonna say mine is so minuscule, probably compared to how many Dylan is doing. Dude.
Yeah. No, but like the only show that I've done so far that I like asked to get on was the Zanies one I just did, like tried to get rebooked.
Yeah.
So it's like, because I feel like I wanted to get it to where it was like, before I'm asking people, hey, can I like perform like open for you or something, like I wanted to make sure it was, really good.
Yeah, really tight.
Yeah.
Really tight.
Like that's why I'm like hesitant to even say, it's like, for me to say like I have 20 minutes, like, that just feels weird if I've only done 15.
Yeah.
But I probably
I get what you're saying.
Could stretch it out a long ways.
I think when they mentioned to me 20, they were like, I don't know if it was like intimidation. I think it was more like 20 is the max that you can do. So if you do fucking 12 to 15 is what we're shooting for.
I would probably not agree to anything over 15 at this point.
No.
Yeah.
If I was getting paid for it, or like either way, I'd be like 20 is gonna get sloppy.
Yeah. I just like after doing that fucking tiki bar where I did 6 minutes, then no one's there, so she's like, just go up again, and then I do another fucking 10. I'm like, I can't believe how well I did for a fucking general audience that it's not even an established mic. It was like 6 people. And the funniest part was I just kept shitting on the bar. I
Nice.
just roasted the fuck out of this tiki bar. I was like, because they told me beforehand that the owner's like this really white racist dude. So I'm like, I want to see this fucking guy have a stroke. Like, I want to see how far. I don't know where the line is until I fucking cross it. So I'm just like, you got to wonder how this fucking started. Like some white dude being like, Hawaii is beautiful. Love the palm trees. Love the drinks. It's just those fucking Hawaiians,
It's
man.
just the people.
Yeah, like
Those non-Americans.
yeah, just let's start a bar where we serve nothing but spam and anything that'll give us a heart attack. But yeah, I don't know what else. What else to? I don't know if you guys want to know. I fucking started like 5-6 years ago. I did 3 or 4 mics with my friend. I think I mentioned this shit before, but I did 3 or 4 mics. Completely did awesome with him because his friends were there. And then when I tried doing it again, I ate so much shit that it traumatized me. I'm like, I'm never doing this shit again.
I heard it
That's
either goes
funny,
really
dude.
well in the beginning because like some people will have nervousness will turn into excitement and come off as confidence, or it'll just go really bad.
Yeah,
in the beginning.
The first 3 ones I did good. I just did impressions of my fucking Polak mom.
Nice.
And they were all dying from it because I don't know a lot of, and like I think we were talking about before how I don't like this is just me. I don't like if there's like a cripple comedian to just pull the cripple card the whole fucking set.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. Or like I see like I know there's a bunch of
like crippled comedians.
yeah,
What?
I shouldn't name it that way. I shouldn't say it that way. But I mean like but you're about
No, I was saying like that's just because you don't like them.
that's because I don't like them.
Yeah.
I know, man. What the
Phil
fuck?
hates handicapped people, dude.
Yeah,
No shit.
It's like his MO.
Crawl up my fucking stairs, motherfucker. Like, I'm getting a goddamn ramp. No, but no, or like I've seen like where like like the whole like there's like Latino comedians where all their fucking set is about BMX and it's like, dude, George Lopez did that shit when I was a child.
No.
Yeah.
I tried putting in some Polak jokes because I never hear Polak jokes. I feel like it's like an untouched fucking I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Like it's a untouched fucking river.
Huh.
For
I
now,
don't know.
I wouldn't.
I guess I haven't heard that many Polish jokes either, I guess. I don't know, but I try not to pay attention.
I've heard some.
Because, yeah.
From Dan Hamill shitting on Polacks.
Yeah, no. From Mac, honestly, around bad comedy.
From bad comedy.
Yeah,
Because
like one of my podcasts. I'm on Jerks with my boy Mark here, AJ Leidig, and we've been having a lot of Dan McCarty, a lot of Danny Hamill lately.
Yeah, baby.
Other Jerks hosts. And then I'm on Bad Comedy with Jason Melton, Mac Nepper.
Yeah.
And, we talk about the Polish.
talk about the Polish.
Yeah. You can find a Polish clip or two.
You talk about without having a diverse Polak like me on, to as backup for, no.
No, we talk about, they have a class there, where they try to teach you how to screw in a light bulb. Everyone fails.
Yeah. Dude, I think I mentioned before at Joe's, like my favorite fucking Polak joke that I love telling at my family because they'd get pissed would be at Christmas. And I just go, you know why I know Jesus wasn't born in Poland? And they're like, why? I go, because you cannot find 3 wise men or a virgin there at all.
yeah, I think I've heard that one. Yeah, you say that before.
And then I go, no, well, the reason is because Jesus was black, right? And they go, no, he wasn't. I'm like, well, why we're still fighting over who the father is.
Hey.
But they, like, you want to know what the most Polish fucking situation that I ever heard? I'm not even joking. My brother told me this. So he's got a friend. This is the most Polak, because here's the thing. I'm working on a bit about this. Being a Polak is there's like, they say like great ideas are like, there's genius and then there's horrendous, and Polak is that silver lining in between.
Okay.
Where it's like half insane, half like you might do that. My brother's got this friend who he's half Italian, half Polish. So they took the whole fucking Italian family over to the Polish family. It's this grumpy ass fucking old grandpa with his grandmother. They're sitting in a fire pit, like around a fire pit, just talking shit, whatever, having a family reunion. And the whole time, the grandfather, like, so picture you'd be sitting across from me, like where the camera is,
Yeah.
and you're telling me a story, and you're the Italian side of the family. He's telling the grandfather's story. This Polak has such ADD. He's like, hold on, one moment, I'll be back. And like they're like, what? Oh, maybe he had to go to the bathroom. The whole time that they're sitting at this fire pit, there's a fucking bunny rabbit skipping around and back. So he just comes out and blows this fucker away with a shotgun. He's like, okay, continue story.
Holy shit!
What the fuck?
That's tight.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so Dylan wants to talk about comedy. So I was mentioning earlier, I'm like, I fucking heard about, I came up with this shit. I thought about this shit 5 months in because I'm like, you hear about fucking, do you know what Death Squad is with Rogan?
No.
So like before, when the podcast was shit, when it was just them hanging out, getting high.
Yeah.
In his living room, and you got him drying out his fucking boxers in the background. Like it was just nothing. He had this thing called Death Squad, which it was just him, Ari, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, fucking just these guys that they're homies with, that they just get each other's backs, they help each other get booked. And even with like, I'm more of a fan of Legion of Skanks. I'm fucking obsessed with them, and that's all fucking Big J.
Who's in that? Oh, sorry for interrupting you.
No,
who's in that?
Big J, Louis Gomez, Dave Smith, Jeremiah Watkins, Zach Amico. Even like Robert Kelly. It's that whole New York scene, and I'm like, dude, like Chicago needs that shit because I'm like, why the fuck? Every time you hear about comedians, it's East versus West Coast. Like I'm gonna be fucking honest. Like when I hear about Chicago comedians, like I didn't know about fucking Andrew Santino until a special came out on Netflix, and I don't.
Oh, you haven't heard of Santino?
No,
I haven't really. See, I know him from podcasting.
Yeah, same here.
I haven't seen his.
And I'm like, I never fucking. I actually never heard anybody mention him in Chicago. Like, how did he fucking?
Well, he moved to LA a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably done the majority of his career in LA by now, right?
Yeah. And then who else is like? I'm trying to think who the fuck else is from Chicago that.
Maniscalco?
Yeah, he's from Arlington Heights.
Technically related to him.
To Santino, really?
No, to Maniscalco. My uncle is. They're cousins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. Have you ever met him?
No.
No, that's fucking cool.
Wouldn't be going to these open mics if I
Yeah.
knew Maniscalco. Hook it up.
Fuck.
Hook it up, Ron.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious but yeah, man, I was talking about it. Like, I want to fucking do that shit here because I was telling you guys before. I haven't mentioned this on the podcast. It's like I was in a band. I've been playing music since I was 15 years old, and every fucking band I've been in, I was like, all right, this is gonna sound stalky as shit. I don't fucking care. But I was obsessed. I was obsessed with this band, Brian Jonestown Massacre. They're like America's version of Oasis. And they have a very
I don't know what either of those are.
Okay. All right. It's like this psychedelic, almost like Tame Impala type shoegaze sounding. Brian Jonestown Massacre, they did this thing. Do you know who King Gizzard is? They're on right
Fuck no.
They're like
King Gizzard. I like that.
They're King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. They're like the most fucking they're the most popular fucking psych rock band right now because they literally release like 10 albums a year.
Oh wow.
I'm not even fucking kidding. Like
That's a lot.
and each album is a different theme. So like, all right, this fucking album we're going to try and sound like a psychedelic Slayer. This album we're going to try and sound like Beatles. That's the same shit Brian Jonestown Massacre did. But getting back to what I was saying, when I started my fucking band in like 2010, I wrote 2 full albums, all on my own, all instruments, all singing, produced them on my own. And then people asked me, they're like, you should fucking tour with this. I'm like, well, where the fuck am I going to get playing nonstop local shows? Because the funny thing is there's this website called Do 312, like the area code.
Uh-huh.
And they file every single show you've ever played. They just tag your name.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and I guess turns out, on the average, my band was around for 7 years. We played at least one show a fucking month. And that's all you can fucking do. And who's going to fucking come out to it? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So what I started doing, I'm not even joking, like there's you guys listen to Steve-O's podcast? Wild
I've seen
Ride?
some clips of it.
So funny thing about Steve-O, because I'm like, yes, I'm not a stalker, because he did this shit too. What he did.
That doesn't mean you're not one.
Yeah. All right. I'm a responsible, loving, fat, fluffy stalker.
There you go.
But so no, what Steve-O did was like, I don't know if you know, he grew up pretty fucking rich because his dad was from England. He was like on the board of Coca-Cola.
Oh, wow.
So he fucking moved around a shit ton. And at some point in the 80s, when Steve-O was like 10 years old, he's in some town where they have a meeting, and Motley Crue is in town, and he was obsessed with them. So
I think I might have heard this story. Yeah, keep going.
yeah, so he like looked at all the vinyls and shit, looked up all the managers, all the producers, called, and this is before internet, so he called every fucking hotel in like a 10-mile radius looking for, is fucking Peter Johnson, the manager, is there a guy named Peter Johnson staying at this hotel?
Yeah.
And he stalked him down, and there's an iconic photo of Steve-O and Tommy Lee.
That's
and then
cool.
and then like now he had Tommy Lee on his podcast, so it's fucking hilarious.
That's cool as fuck.
But that's kind of shit I did with these bands that I liked. I'm like, so where do they live? What's their fucking phone number? Like, how can I email them? How can I text them? And that's how I started getting fucking shows. And literally,
That's dope.
fucking this band that I was obsessed with, that I was like shaking when I met them the first 2-3 times, 7 years down the line, they're putting shows with me on the lineup, and we're hanging out together.
That's cool.
And he's like, I'll let you headline if you bring me some Coke.
Nice, dude.
But it was hilarious because I knew one Latin king who had Coke. And I was so starstruck that I called him. He's like, we're not fucking talking about this on the phone, motherfucker.
yeah, your phone's tapped, buddy.
And if you do, it's white girl. You don't call it Coke. Like,
the cops can't tell the difference when you use a different word.
yeah. Because white girl doesn't sound you got that white girl that we put up our nose? Yeah, that white girl.
We used to call it nose nachos.
Yeah. Not fucking, what is it called? Nose, like nose clams or nose,
Like
clam chowder.
Nose beers, but then we called it just nose nacho.
I sold Coke for 2 years in high school.
High
Really?
school, Jesus.
Yeah, and I stopped. This I wrote a bit about this, but it didn't go too well. I was writing about how, like, you know you're white when you're afraid of dealing Coke, because every fucking Mexican I know watches Scarface. They're like, I'm dealing Coke. The world is yours. And the moment I saw Scarface, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this shit, because I don't want to end up fucking my sister and getting machine gunned down. Like,
Right, yeah, that would be bad.
But when I was in high school, I knew this Colombian chick who was like, you want to try this with me? And I'm like, no, but do you got enough that I can sell? Turns out she was stealing from her dad. And they're Colombian, so I'm like, dude, if he found out how much I'm getting from her,
That's crazy.
it was fucking
In high school, too, wow.
yeah. It was funny too, though. It's because I'm Wild Phil, man. It's gotta get wild. No, but it was funny too, because I never wanted to snort it because I was so afraid. It's the same way when we were talking about benzos earlier. It's the same when I got prescribed benzos. I was so terrified of being fucking addicted that when I sold Coke, I would do the gummy thing. And then I had a friend who would punch me in the face. He cracked my jaw once. Like, I had to push it back into place. I'm like, that's some good shit.
Jesus
But-
Christ.
But yeah, no. Then I moved on to weed, and I
You
did.
won't snort coke, but you'll put it on your gums. It's hilarious.
Yeah. But then I ended up selling weed for 10 years. I don't think I
Nice.
would have been able to afford this house if I didn't do it. Like welding.
The IRS is just watching this, rubbing their hands together.
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh, he didn't pay taxes on that shit.
Dude, I had a fucking great setup, because I was like, what do potheads hate? Getting off their ass. They're lazy as fuck. So
Yeah.
I'm going to make a fucking delivery service. I bought a fucking generic ass pizza hat from a Goodwill.
Uh-huh.
You know, basically, what people don't understand, this is why Republicans suck at art. That MAGA hat is just a generic pizza hat.
Oh,
You know?
Oh, okay.
Like that whole font and that shit.
Yeah.
It's just a generic, like before it used to say fucking Dino's
yeah. That's funny.
Trattoria or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, so I got a fucking generic pizza hat, and dude, the guy that I had, this was hilarious. Like he, how do I put this? So you know how people say they got a guy and they sell you the most like an eighth, right? So I was like one step above that. Like I had a mule. This guy was, he'd sell me pounds at a time.
Nice.
And he was the most responsible dealer that I ever knew. Because I was like, why the fuck are you doing this? He's like, because I got fucking 8 kids and I ain't abandoning their ass.
Nice.
It was vacuum sealed and shit.
Very nice.
And I started telling him, I go, can you vacuum seal it so that's in the shape of a chessboard? Because I ended up putting that shit in an empty pizza box.
Smart.
And delivering that shit.
That's smart. Nobody pulls over the fucking pizza delivery guy.
Yeah. I remember, dude, I had such a fucking huge ego about that shit. I had a regular customer who works for one of the 2 biggest cereal companies. I'm not going to mention who.
Okay.
But he was like on the fucking board. He lived on Lakeshore Drive.
Nice.
And I used to I remember one day I pulled up. He goes, I'm not going out because there's a cop pulled someone over right in front of my fucking apartment. I'm like, watch this, bro. Pull that pizza box out. He's like, you're fucking crazy. Don't
That's
ever
awesome.
fucking do this shit again.
That's
I literally walked by a cop with a pound of weed.
Wow. It's genius.
It was fucking, oh man, it was great. I like even after that, the funny thing about reminiscing about those stories is like, I'm like, dude, this is a screenplay for a Netflix like special. You know, I wish I would have fucking like, or just reminiscing about old drug dealing days. You know. So here's the funniest drug dealing story that I have is there was a guy that lived a block from me who got busted. I used to live in Park Ridge.
Okay.
I fucking hate Park Ridge, dude. Like Hillary Clinton's from there. Everybody there is just like her. Everybody, just white people who will stab you in the back. So I had this guy. He lived across the street from me. Got raided by the FBI.
Ooh.
And all he did was sell fucking dime bags.
What?
Because he wanted to be like this fucking wannabe suburban gangsta.
Yeah.
So he wanted to sell as much as possible. And that's when I went up to him, I'm like, dude, I'm not selling less than a quad.
Yeah.
And you know when that shit, like, here's what's crazy. I knew this fiend. He was such a fucking idiot. He was a security guard at a Walmart. Just this random average Joe fucking guy. And every time he wanted me to drop him off like an eighth every 3 days. I'm like, dude, you know you'd save money.
Yeah, you're wasting money, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I know. I got a problem. So I made sure, I'm like, you know, I don't want to do this like it would benefit the both of us so we don't get caught, right?
Yeah.
So this motherfucker tells his friend, he goes, yo, I got this guy he's like, you don't mind me sharing your number? I'm like, I mean, if it gives me money, I don't give a fuck. So go ahead. So he shares his number to this guy, and I'm waiting for him to come by my house. First of all, he would buy eighths, but he bought them every day. And not only that, this fucking cartoon. You know that fucking scooter in Dumb and Dumber? Have you ever seen Dumb and Dumber? No. Okay. It's a fucking
scooter in Dumb and Dumber.
Dude, it's a scooter. It's like it's the ones that rednecks have that are like low to the ground.
I bet
like
Trace knows this.
Huh?
I bet Trace knows this.
Got a whole bit
and
on
Adam C probably.
Well, so fucking he rode this scooter that was like chopped together, spray painted neon blue, like blue highlighter.
Very nice.
He has a fucking 10-foot antenna with a raccoon tail on it. He rides it with these like steampunk Amelia Earhart goggles.
Yeah.
And he wears like a wife beater, and like you ever see like ravers when they have that clothes with like spray painted neon glow in the dark shit on them? It's literally just a hoodie with fucking glow in the dark spray paint.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, what the this guy got raided 3 months ago, and I got this fucking cartoon showing up at my house every single fucking day. So I finally told him, I'm like, dude, I'm not selling you anything less than like half a pound, because I just wanted him to stop buying from me. I'm like, dude, I'll
up from an eighth to a half a pound.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll sell it to your friend and he can sell it to you, because you're not coming by my house looking like that. Like, that's fucking
right. Just asking for attention.
Yeah. Did you get you guys never sold shit in high school? You never
No, not drugs. Just bought and sold shoes.
Nice.
got into the shoe game?
Yeah, it was really easy. I just bought them from Plato's Closet and just sold them at my school. Fucking idiots.
Yes, buddy.
Did you
think a lot of
ever get
people have.
legally charged with crimes?
Oh no.
No.
Nah, I don't think
No.
so.
All right.
Maybe underage drinking once.
I just slept in a holding cell twice, and that's it. I've never gotten caught past that. That's my
I've been
fucking
cuffed a couple times, but like they always get me out of the cuffs. You know, I talk my way out of them. One time, like, so I was in college, and these cops came up to me, and they were like, just like asking me to open up my bag, and I was like, nah. And they're like, do you have your ID on you? And I was like, nope. And they're like, put your hands behind your back. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot you guys could just do whatever you want. I was just trying to be an asshole. And then they got my ID and poured out my alcohol, and it was fine. So, like, in college, dude, it doesn't go on your record if you get in trouble with, like, alcohol and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a money thing. So, dude, like, what I would do is, every time I would go shopping for groceries, I would get a Visa gift card extra on top of my groceries because my parents were paying for my groceries. And I would save those Visa gift cards in case I ever got caught with a drinking ticket. And I used the Visa gift cards to pay off my drinking ticket.
That's
legend.
And my mom never knew. And I was like, yeah, I just got a bunch of these. I have a bunch of aunts, you know?
All right. You want to hear a fucking wild story?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
wild
dude.
shit. This is literally the worst. Any person I tell this to, they're like, did the person live? That's how it started. That's how bad this is.
Okay.
So they nobody died. This is what happened.
Boo.
I was dude, I was in the middle of a panic attack because it's a long ass story. My ma owed me, she was gonna sell me a fucking condo, and so I paid. She was gonna sell me a condo for $36,000 because she got it at an auction, and she realized she's a foreign fucking mom, so she can only be a cunt to her kids, not to strangers. So she was gonna sell me this condo, and I paid off like $28,000 out of like 36. Right? She wasn't gonna give me my money back. She just didn't want to give me. So here I am, trying to Google ways of like how to get rid of a body because I was ready to fucking. But so I'm.
That's the number one thing you don't Google, Phil. I know. It leaves a trail.
So I'm having a panic attack about that. The other thing I'm having a panic attack about is I just met who's my wife now. So I'm like, all right, this is the one. I better not fuck this up. Like I gotta get my shit together. On top of that, I have an interview on the phone, a job interview on my phone. I haven't been employed for like 2 months, so I'm like trying to like process all this while I'm having a panic attack. Like, where the fuck am I gonna get my money? I'm in the middle of traffic, and this chick, it was on Bussy Highway. This is the funniest thing because this was the gladdest I've ever been for getting a red light camera ticket. Because what happened is, have you ever, you know where Bussy is, right? Like 53.
No.
I was either on 53 or 83. You know where like that Portillo's is in Lombard? No? Okay. Well, it's a 3-lane road, so you could go up to like fucking 60 or maybe 45. I don't know. But I'm on there. And this chick in an Escalade cuts me off so close. It was like 2 inches from my car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this bitch wants. I used to, you know, I'm a Polak, so racing fucking Honda Civics is like in my blood. I recently resisted it nicely, so I'm not gonna pass on that curse. But that's what happens when you get a Prius. You can't get to 60. It takes like 5 minutes to go to 0 to 60. So
very slow.
Anyways, she fucking cuts me off. I'm thinking that she's fucking with me, like she did that purposely to be an asshole. So I'm trying to cut her off.
Yeah.
And she keeps speeding up.
Yeah.
In the end of this whole story, she was just dumb. Like, she was just a dumb driver. She didn't even know that she cut me off. So then I go to cut her off.
How did she come to that conclusion that she didn't know she cut you off?
Because when I drove by her, like, she was just like just completely like smiling and like just not like when there's road rage, someone's flicking you off or screaming.
Yeah,
you know?
could feel the vibe.
She was just completely oblivious to anything happening. And
was she hot?
No. She
fucking worthless.
She looked like she's one of the women who packs the drugs in a cartel.
Okay.
The not so good looking one. But
yeah.
You know, she's got like, there's no neck. She's got the big Ed neck.
No neck Ed, baby.
But anyway, so I go to cut her off, and I had my fucking metal blasting so loud that I just slammed into her, and I didn't realize it. And then
holy shit!
And then I look in my rear view, and there's all these cars like hitting their brakes, stopping. I'm like, oh fuck, I did something. So I get on the shoulder and I speed the fuck out of there, go home. And, you know, I'm Wild Phil. I'm into some shady shit. So I got my mechanic guy switched out all my doors were so shattered that you couldn't open them when I hit this bitch. So he's like,
Are you admitting to a hit and run right now on camera?
Yeah.
What's the statute of limitations on a hit and run?
That's bold.
Well, I mean,
Have you looked that up? I'm serious.
I don't think she'd be able to like. I don't think she listens to. I mean, she'd be the only one able to charge us, right?
I think you could be charged with a hit and run without her doing anything because I think it's an illegal act.
Well, you heard it right here on
Holy
Wild Phil's
shit!
Osby.
I'm gonna look
So-
up the statute of limitations on that.
So anyways, here's the funniest part is I got the fuck out of there. I called my guy.
Mm-hmm.
He switched out my doors in one day, so my
Wow.
car's fucking fine. And then I'm like, the only way I know that I'm not in trouble is that they didn't get my license plate. So how do I find that out? The fucking red light camera.
Oh.
The red light camera. When you look up,
Wait, you got in trouble?
I got a red light ticket because you gotta before you turn right, you gotta stop.
Dude, there is no statute of limitations on persecuting hit and run drivers. Phil, I would not.
So we edited this out.
I would not say this on camera.
All right.
You should put
The
that part
cops are
in
gonna be
there.
watching this like, yeah, buddy.
So-
Takes one person who doesn't like you, Phil, and we know one who doesn't. She'll get you in trouble.
Oh god. So well, what ended up happening is
You're so lucky, dude. What if Phil got arrested for this?
It'd be so funny, dude.
so we when you get have you gotten red light tickets before?
Yeah,
probably.
You know,
I
if
think
you
so.
like try to dispute it, they have a video of it.
Yeah.
So I clicked on the video, and dude, I'm in the video for a split second because I'm just
Flying.
bursting down the fucking shoulder to get the fuck out of
Some
there.
dude caught his wife cheating that way. She was giving a guy a hand job.
Yeah.
And the red light camera caught it.
Yeah, that's a fucking
Jesus.
That definitely happened.
Goals.
Did that actually happen? Or you just make that up? Or
No, I saw that. Well, it
Oh,
was
you
on the
saw it.
internet, so it could be fake, but I believe everything I read.
Speaking of fucking legal shit in car accidents, this would only happen to fucking Wild Phil. I'm not joking. I rode. I worked for a telemarketing agency, like straight up.
Holy shit.
It was straight up these
Hey,
two.
this is Wild Phil.
It was straight up these two dudes. They're nice as fuck, but they were just these dudes that they read the Wolf of Wall Street, the guy who actually did it, like the guy in real life.
Yeah.
They read his book like before the movie even came out.
Oh, okay.
And they're just like, "Oh, we're inspired by this, fucking people over, with fucking penny stocks."
Hustle grind set before it was even popular.
Yeah. So and dude, they fucked so many people. It was not a fulfilling job because what they did is they sold AM radio ads. Who the fuck listens to AM radio? Old people. So we had a library of yellow pages for every county, every city in Illinois.
Yeah.
And every fucking month you switch off books with somebody else and you just call every person. They had
Just cold calling everybody.
Yeah, and they had the cheesiest fucking script. They're like, "Hey, I heard you're the head bottle washer over there."
Jesus Christ.
and you just taking advantage of these fucking old people. But
Hell yeah.
I was
They don't need their money. You can't take it with you.
yeah. I was rushing to get to work. You ever see those? There's a lot of them in the city, a lot of them in the suburbs. It's like that stereotypical 3 flat beige apartments, and then the driveway goes all the way in back, and the garage is in back.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm crossing the street. I'm like caffeined up and pedaling as fast as I could, like ETs in my fucking basket on a BMX bike. And this lady drives full speed, fucking hits me.
Damn.
I shatter her windshield with my head. And I'm so fucking pissed. I go, "Bitch, I'm going to be late for work." And I punched her hood.
And just left.
No, I got charged with vandalism for getting in my fucking car. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They fucking when that shit happened,
For you slamming your fist on her car was vandal.
yeah. Even though she fucking hit me and I went into the windshield. And dude, that week I was not good at having friends cuz how fucked up I am. But every motherfucker from my
Wow.
high school sent me LOL and then a picture of the article. Like, this guy crossed the street, gets hit by a car, charged with vandalism. It would only fucking happen to you.
That is funny, actually. You should tell that on stage, actually.
Yeah. Oh man. But I gotta work.
Damn.
I'd have to work it into jokes every 2 seconds, right? If I did that into a
Yeah, I mean, just the punchline would be that you got charged with vandalism.
yeah. Well, shit. Did I ever?
Jesus, dude.
Did you hear? Did I tell you I got fucking Rodney Kinged?
I don't even know what that is.
Like fucking how the cops beat the shit out of me while I was having a seizure.
What?
Yeah. I'm not fucking kidding.
Really?
Did I tell you this? Yeah.
I don't
Bro.
know if that's getting Rodney Kinged.
Well, because I wasn't on drugs. He was.
What happened?
No,
Why'd
so
they do that?
so here, I was fucking. So here's the thing. I just gotta
What's the real story here?
That is the story. So here, so people don't notice about epilepsy is like you could have epilepsy in your genes, but you need something to trigger it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So like I got a
podcast.
fucking friend. This is hilarious. He got into the union, and he wanted to pass the drug test. So he fucking kept drinking water, and he drank like 8 gallons in a day,
That'll kill you.
and got a seizure because water poisoning.
Yeah, you could die from water.
So
Jesus.
so
My friend passed a drug test by drinking a little bit of bleach.
oh my god. But
He was like, I do not recommend doing that. And I heard that works before he said it. So
you
when he
fucking-
said it,
you like Joey Diaz?
dude, Uncle
Yeah.
Joey's the shit. We put a little bit of bleach on the tip of my dick.
Yeah,
And it just goes into the piss and it fucks up the whole system, dog. It fucks up the whole system.
He was talking about how
That's
those
crazy.
tests cost like 120 back in the day.
Dude, he's
and
the
he,
shit.
And he kept fucking them up.
Dude, I always see shit of his like motivational posts. It's just of him talking.
Dude, him.
Who's gonna stop you on a
He-
fucking Tuesday?
He's what influenced me to get into fucking comedy.
Really?
Really?
Because he's like, to be honest, like as far as like we were talking about comedy, like joke structure, right? Joey Diaz just goes up there,
Story tells.
and yeah, tells fucked up stories, and that's I'm a bible of that.
Right.
Like that's I got to work on it to make these hits and fucking compress them into whatever 5-minute sets. But point is, I forgot where I was. Oh, so yeah, you got to do something to trigger your epilepsy. So what happened to me?
Yeah,
Like
5-minute
this
bits.
podcast.
So the water and the epilepsy.
So here's what happened to me. I had this when I was in high school. I had this fucking metalhead friend. We'd go to shows all the time. We went to this show that was going to be so violent that I'm not joking. Like I was thinking of wearing a helmet because it was like Slayer, Hatebreed.
Doesn't wear a helmet on the bike, but will to a fucking rock show.
Yeah. So like yeah, Slayer, Hatebreed, and I think Madball, which they're all known for. You walk in fine, you walk out covered in blood, and
Sounds awesome.
so and it's not from Feminist, so it's even
Right.
worse. But
right.
but so you know those disgusting skull vodkas,
Yeah.
like they're in the plastic jugs.
Yeah.
My buddy's
Wait, Skull? You're talking about Skull?
skull.
Okay. Oh, yeah. At first, I thought you were talking about the ones in the shape of a skull, but I know you're talking about Skull. That was like my drink, dude.
Yeah,
That's
SKO,
all I would
yeah.
drink. Is all
Some
I
people
would
think
drink
I'm
is
talking
Skull.
about Skull the fucking dip.
Ah.
But yeah, I OD'd on dip, man. But no, I me and my friend, we'd always fucking compete. So he's like, oh, I'm going to do like 6 shots. I just drink half the fucking bottle. And then I go to the show, get bounced around like a fucking rag doll. you
Yeah.
know, come back home, drink the rest of the skull. So now what I'm doing to my brain is I rattled it at the show. I fucking dehydrated it on skull.
Yeah.
So here's exactly what happened. Exactly the story. I remember going to sleep, and by the way, what I got is a rare condition because most people have seizures like whenever the fuck they can't even have a driver's license. I only got them in my sleep.
What
but
the
this
fuck?
first
That's
time,
wild.
and the other thing is when people get seizures, they just pass out. Like it's like you hit shut down on your computer. You just you don't feel it. It looks violent. Me, I feel everything. I feel when people when they ask me at the hospital, they're like, "What did you feel like?"
Does it feel good?
It don't feel good, dude. This is how I described it. I remember reading. I did a book report on Jeffrey Dahmer for 8th grade,
Whoa.
and I remember reading. He was
What?
talking about how
8th grade's a little wild. I'd be concerned.
Yeah.
I actually have a trading card of Jeffrey Dahmer from 8th grade.
That's pretty
I'll
cool.
show you. They had trading cards for every serial killer, and
If
like
only
their
he could
stats.
sign it, dude. Their stats. That's
Yeah.
fucking funny.
But so no, what it feels like is it's like Dahmer was talking about how he used to take hamsters and he'd slowly squeeze them, like the breath out of them.
Right.
That's how I fucking felt. Like the hand of God was just fucking crushing me because
Wow.
it was like I mean, especially Dylan being a wrestler, like you got in fucking Charlie horses all the time.
I don't know what that is.
Like when you get
You know what a Charlie horse is?
Not really. Like whenever people would say, I'm like, what are you talking about?
like
I guess that is a weird word for having a muscle cramp.
yeah.
It's just a leg
okay.
cramp.
Well, I think
then,
it's Charlie horse because the worst one is in the calf and the quad,
Yeah.
and that's why it's Charlie. But
I guess it's weird
but
that
you've
it's called Charlie horse.
You've gotten that like dehydrated as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
picture having a fucking horrendous cramp every muscle in your body. My fucking eye was
Yikes.
twitching like somebody.
Was your jaw hurt from it
Because your
clenching
whole
so hard?
body, like,
yeah.
Because I would know from when when they
Oh.
would do the seizures for me when they would induce them, my jaw would be hurting like a ton and stuff.
Oh,
I
would
my
wake
body
up.
would hurt.
I would wake up with my tongue almost bit in half.
Yeah, dude, that makes
Jesus.
sense.
But so here's what I remember. I go to sleep, or I go home, drink the rest of that skull, go to sleep, wake up, shaking like fucking curling up, shaking like crazy. Wake up in the hospital. I mean, you can see. I don't know if you can see. You see how it's a little brown right here on the edge of my wrist. You see that shit?
Mm-hmm.
How it's like white here, and then it's brown there.
Yeah.
If you pointed out, I wouldn't. Think
My
about it.
my wrists were fucking ground to the bone. My teeth were shattered in half. My chest was bleeding, covered in glass,
Whoa.
and my eyebrow was busted open. It was like a piece of bologna, like flapping.
Jesus.
So I wake up having a seizure. My friend calls the cops. They come over, which this is. I have a friend who's a EMT now. He's a firefighter. He's like, this is completely not protocol. Anybody having any seizure, OD, like you got to wait for the ambulance to diagnose you first, and then maybe they lock you up if you did a crime. No crime is involved here, but you're supposed to have the ambulance settle it first. They just showed up. They see my fucking room. I had these like melted doll heads and upside down crosses. They're like, oh, he's ODing on crack or some shit. He's ODing. And my friend's like, the hardest thing we've ever done is weed. He's not ODing.
Yeah.
So like, no, he's fucking ODing. You get out of the room. Get out of the. We got to handle this. So here's where I'm gonna segue a funny. I told this before, but I fucking love this. I was telling Big J when I met him in Wisconsin.
Holy shit.
I was telling Big J.
I just call him Big J.
He fucking. He had.
I call him Jay. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I call him Jason. We're close, man. No, but he was doing a bit about while I was there. He was doing a bit about how like women shouldn't be cops because they'll just get their fucking ass kicked. Because there's a video where this guy's getting arrested and he just bonks their heads together like Three Stooges, like, and runs off.
That's funny.
So I'm like, dude. I looked at him. I'm like, I'll talk to you after. He's like, oh, okay, whatever. And I told him this whole fucking story. I'm like, here's the part that's funny. So they kick out my friend, and my mom's fucking screaming, crying because I'm having a fucking seizure. You know, this fucking bitch cop. She tries handcuffing me while I'm seizing.
What?
And I'm in survival mode because, you know, I'm unconscious. So she was restricting my breathing while she's trying to George Floyd cuff me.
Right.
So I guess I spiked her, like tackled her into a mirror.
Oh my.
So it cut the both of us up. Then she cuffed me, and then they beat the living shit out of me with fucking clubs.
Jesus.
Wow,
and
dude.
that's why my fucking wrists were ground and all this shit.
You
And-
weren't like, I'm going to sue these people.
well, here's the thing. We were gonna sue them, but at the same. So here's the first thing. The we were trying to sue them. The cops go, well, you know what? We told you guys to stand out of the room. So if you saw anything that went on there, you went against protocol. And then the other thing that's fucked up.
That is the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard in my entire
It is. But the other
This is
thing
before body cams.
Yeah. And but the thing that pissed me off the most, 2 years later. So I know the fucking cop's name who was there that beat the shit out of me. I fucking know him.
Damn, dude.
And he looks like a stereotypical fucking pig, like in a Pink Floyd show, those inflatable fucking pigs in the sky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got like that Arnold tooth gap in front. Like
Oh,
he
wow.
looks like a swine.
And this guy, like, you know who he is in real life, and you're just like, that guy, he beat the shit out of me when he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And you got to fucking live with that shit. So the thing is,
law.
I kept looking. I was so fucking seething with rage. I would randomly Google him. You know, like what this cop's gonna get if he's this much of a piece of shit that he beat up a kid having a seizure. I'm like, he's got to be. They got to catch him on something. You know,
Yeah.
dude. 2 years later, Because I was so Park Ridge for those you know, it's like a rich ass fucking. It's rich, stupid fucking white people.
Okay.
They're all like Hillary Clinton. They're just like fake fucking smile to your face, stab you behind the back, like call the cops, tell you that you fucking vandalized their minivan when you got hit by a car. So what happened is I didn't even have money to sue them. But 2 years later, I Google this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Same shit happened to these two kids,
Really?
but they happened to be rich. The story was they were walking down some street, fucking like 16-year-olds drinking 40s because they watched fucking Menace to Society or something. You know,
Yeah.
they're suburban white kids. One of the kids finishes his 40, throws it as far as he can, and during that time, some cop was like hosing off his fucking driveway at 2 a.m. because I don't know, maybe his wife was fucking cheating on him. But it shatters on his fucking driveway. So he gets pissed. He's like, you just missed me. He runs after him, clotheslines the one kid. Kid hits the back of his head on the curb, paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh my god.
The other kid, he knocks him out, and he's got seizures for life. Like
a
me.
full-grown adult attacking children.
Yeah.
A cop.
And these kids happen to live in a fucking mansion. They were rich as fuck.
He fucked around and found out, this dude.
So they went to go sue them. Here's what you know what happened?
Nothing.
Drop the case because trials take they could take 10 years.
Yeah.
Especially against a police department.
Yeah.
So
That's probably part of the strategy.
So literally within the first year, because you know trials work like you have like the, you know, it's like a fucking therapy session. Like, tell me about yourself. Let's initiate the situation, and then you start bringing in witnesses the next one, and then you start like bringing in these witnesses in the next. Like, it's a fucking long ass process, dude. Before the first trial, it was like 6 months. I'm not even joking. Like, say the guy's name was Carsky, right?
Yeah.
Every member of the Carsky family got like 21 moving violations each month.
Wow.
They just went like if
The cops
you.
were just like, "Fuck you." You're attacking one of ours.
we're gonna make you fucking drop this case. So they never went through it.
They're lucky that's all they did was
Yeah.
traffic violations.
Yeah,
Because cops are above the law.
yeah,
They can do whatever they want.
yeah. And they
My
could.
uncle used to be a cop.
Yeah,
Who did?
My uncle used to be a Chicago cop.
Damn.
I got a friend who's a cop.
He used to take people's drugs and smoke them.
Yeah,
Nice.
drugs, just weed.
Weed is what I assumed.
Yeah,
I assumed it was weed, but probably I guess it was anything. Why not? I would try crack.
yeah, dude. I seriously. So I used to
Clip it. I would try crack.
flip it. I used to hang out at this like from like I had this clique of people from like 2010 to like 2015 before 4 of them died from ODing in this fucking house.
In this house?
No, in this house that I'm talking about.
Oh.
No, long story short, this fucking guy looked and talked exactly like Kurt Cobain. So what happened is he moved from California to Des Plaines.
Rough.
And his mom was like they were thinking of divorcing, whatever, but her boyfriend was back there. So she just bought a house here. He's like 16 in high school. She goes, "You know what? I think I'm going to go spend my life with that boyfriend, but you got a life here. You got friends. I don't want to ruin your high school experience. Just fucking keep this house." And I met him when he was like 25, but he ruined this fucking house. It was so, dude, it was, I tell, the way to describe it when I tell people, the first day I walked in there was a bag of fertilizer broken open on the main dinner table. And the last day that I left, 6 years later, it was still there. Like they
my
never.
God.
It was a fucking hoarder, dude. When I started out there were 8 cats. Then there were 14 because they kept fucking. Then there was like 12 because like 3 of them got trapped in the walls and just rotted.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
So I knew this kid there, dude. This kid was such a dumb fucking like white. Des Plaines is right by Park Ridge. He was just a white suburban kid. And he was like so indirectly racist. So what he does, he came by one time. He's like, "Yo, so anybody want to smoke crack?" He had this like nasally voice, and we're like,
Nice.
"Are you like trying to tell a joke?" He's like, "No, I bought some." And he's like, "Why
Sounds
would
like Mark Norman.
we're like, why do you want to why would we want to smoke crack?" He goes, "Oh, you know, because like black people are like the best musicians, and like they black people smoke a lot of crack, so I'm looking for some inspiration."
Sound logic.
It's fucking. You know what fucking prank I pulled on him when he passed out, bro? I'm not even joking. He had this. This is like a Wild Phil fucking prank. He eventually moved on to heroin.
Nice.
And he fucking. Here's what he does. He had a room where it was literally just a computer, and he just slept on a fucking blanket. Like there's nothing else in this room.
Nice.
It looked like a drug den, right? So I was there. You know what, like straight edge punks are? You know what that is?
Yeah, they don't do anything.
Yeah, and they got X's on their arms, whatever.
Yeah.
So this straight edge punk was there. He listens to like hardcore. He's got the fucking dinner plates in his ears, and he's like pro Christian.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't you think it's fucked up that this heroin addict is here? I'm like, yeah. He's like, we should do something. We should do something. I'm like, well, I don't want to beat him up. He's like, no, we should fuck with him. I'm like, okay. So what we did is he passed out like, say this is the middle of the room. He passed out like 4 feet this way. We just started a fire in the middle of his room, just a campfire, just burning
That's awesome.
blankets and shit. And then we went on his computer with his Skype camera. We took a selfie, like with the fire in the background.
Nice.
And his ass passed out.
That's cool.
And he like, dude, this guy's such a junkie that it took him 2 months. He just woke up the next day. Oh, there's a fucking hole in my floor. You know?
Oops.
2 months later, he goes on his computer. He's like, what the fuck? You guys had this fire 2 feet away from me, and then you set it as my background? Like,
That's awesome.
it was fucking hilarious. But
Hell yeah.
yeah. I don't know how the fuck we segued from trying to start this tight-knit group in comedy, because that's what you want to talk about is comedy. But
I don't know, yeah.
But yeah, man,
I just thought I have more to say about comedy than anything else.
Yeah.
I don't have all these crazy stories about selling drugs when you were, I don't know, on drugs. Yeah, I can't keep up with that.
Yeah.
We haven't all done as many dumb things as you.
Well, I never got caught, so they're smart, man.
Uh-huh.
I'm a smooth criminal.
Yeah, Dylan, you know, it seemed like you would do too many like wild things. Like you would like think about it prior to the action. You'd be
Yeah.
like, this doesn't seem worth it.
So this is wild philosophy. What is the wildest shit that both of you guys done? What is the wildest shit? Whether it's the most fucked up, let's hear that. And then what's the like legally wild?
The
You
what,
parked-
legally wild?
Yeah, like you parked in a no parking zone.
Oh, man.
I guess wild thing is my friend's house got sold and we were just really drunk one time driving around, so we broke into the stolen house or the broke into the house that was bought,
Yeah.
and we just started punching holes in all the walls.
Yeah,
That was wild.
that
I
is-
used to steal shit from people's cars all the time, so that was pretty wild. Go car hopping.
Damn.
But just opening doors. You didn't like Slim Jim, right?
Yeah, no, if the car unlocked, then we would do. One time we were inside a guy's car, then his garage door started opening. The most thrilling moment of my life, dude. Slammed the car doors and started sprinting, and then there were cops driving around, and we were just hiding beneath bushes. We were
Yeah.
like, "Oh my fucking god, dude!" Out past curfew and all that shit. It was good times.
I feel like I talked about Carlos, my co-host, mentioned this, that is like every fucking Chicago native's childhood. Is
Car hopping.
Breaking into cars, but most of all breaking into just abandoned fucking houses.
Yeah, we only did that once. That wasn't too fun. That was kind of weird. That was a weirdo thing. We were just so drunk.
Sorry, I was distracted on my phone.
What's
I was-
no wild stories, Dylan?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to. It's
Have
like
you ever almost killed somebody wrestling?
No, but I like some funny things happen in wrestling. Like one time I made this kid like he just didn't even want to finish there was only 1 second left in the match, and like he was just like I don't know, he quit. Like he knew he was gonna lose, so he
So
just
he
wouldn't
quit
even
1 second
fit.
before.
And then it's like it was at
Fuck
some
you.
meaningless tournament, but it was still just like letting me get more of my team, like more points.
Oh, I see.
Just like, you know, like, so basically just made him like lose his honor kind of.
Yeah.
damn.
You know, like I did a lot of that in college. Like I wasn't the best. Most of the kids like had started wrestling way younger than high school, but I also kind of like fucked around too. I could have been better, but yeah, like, but I was known for like conditioning
Yeah.
and just like outworking people, and
Yeah.
I would just be like so heavy on them, like I don't know. I
If
got
you ever
pretty good,
want to,
honestly,
if you
at
ever
the
want
end.
to like jujitsu for a promo, it'd be so much fun.
Dude, Phil said he would
I've seen
wrestle you. I'm like,
jujitsu.
Dylan would beat the fuck out of you.
I
dude.
wouldn't
Yeah.
wrestle. I wouldn't wrestle because I was talking about it earlier.
He'd only do what he trained for that I haven't.
Well, you'd only do what do you train for?
I mean, I
like-
think I would do jujitsu if I knew the rules.
yeah, it's literally just holds and tapping out.
Yeah.
Because to me, like this literally okay. I had this guy Vitaly Pavelko. He's one of my jiu-jitsu brothers. I had him on the podcast. I don't know anybody else who I know would with his hands fucking murder me.
Uh-huh.
This guy is. I don't know anybody
Just
more
a complete
badass than him.
master. Yeah.
He like. So do you know who Gordon Ryan is? He's been on Rogan a bunch of times. He's the world's biggest jiu-jitsu grappler. Like he's so amazing at grappling and jiu-jitsu that nobody wants to face him. He has nobody to face him. There's no, and this guy Vitaly, he rolled with him several times. But what I was saying is, would me and him? I mean, he said this as well. Wrestling to us coming from jiu-jitsu is kind of like almost like diet jiu-jitsu only because like you get to the pin. You know what I mean? And this is all like make a person tap, fucking fold them into a pretzel.
Yeah.
I talked about this, and I'm being real careful because I talked about this with another wrestling guy. He got offended as fuck me calling wrestling like diet
Really?
jiu-jitsu. Yeah, because and the funny thing is, I kept telling him like, dude, let's roll, and he still doesn't want to this day. He's like, well, if I don't do it, then I'm still undefeated. But the thing is, like, no, this guy Vitaly that I had on this. Okay, remember how you were asking me like, how do they point? How do they scale the points,
Yeah.
bro? This guy. So there's several points in jiu-jitsu. Obviously, there's like who grapples first into a lock. Then there's who takes who down.
I'm gonna piss again.
And there's like who takes who down first. And then there's if you tap, that's like you got all the points, right? This guy
Yeah.
Vitaly, I seen a video of him where I'm not even joking. They're going up against each other. I didn't realize that in wrestling you always start standing, right? In jiu-jitsu, where when I trained, because I only trained like a year and a half, we only started on our knees.
Oh wow.
Kind of like how when you do that grapple in
Yeah.
wrestling, where you start like and the guy's behind you. So this guy, he has a video. It's the most fucking badass video I've ever seen. He's going up against someone. They're both standing. And like this guy keeps like he's skittish. So like each time he tries to go at him, he just jumps back. So he doesn't know what the fuck to do. Lets his guard down. The guy comes running at him. He does a cartwheel, locks his head with his legs in midair.
Oh yeah.
Slams him down, taps him out with a fucking like.
I think I saw a video of that. Like I remember seeing something crazy where it looked like, yeah, super athletic, but it was like a crazy cartwheel dive to his ankles and like roll through and like yeah, it's just wild. And I don't know. It's like there's a lot to wrestling now that there wasn't before when a lot of people. I mean, I don't know. Like funk was around like back then, but it's like Ben Askren.
What do you mean funk? Like steroids?
No, it's like a kind of different style of wrestling where
Before that's the name of it is funk.
yeah, it's just kind of like roll. I don't know. There's a lot of like rolling around, scrambling.
Yeah.
Where it's just like fighting for positions in ways that people wouldn't think of before. Where it's like honestly, that MMA fighter Ben Askren like kind of revolutionized it.
Yeah.
So it's like there's this whole brand of like seeing someone like dive upside down and at an ankle and roll through and everything. It's like that makes sense because there's a lot of that in wrestling.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's like basically, I feel like I wouldn't know really how to get any of the holds or anything like.
Yeah.
But like you probably wouldn't be able to take me down and I probably would be able to take you down. So it's like all I could really do is just like try to get like rear naked choke, like just a
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. Yeah, the fact that you would start on your feet, that's why it's like, especially if like first takedown gets points, like,
Yeah.
but I would just basically be stalling. Like I would be able to get takedowns, but it's just like, this is not wrestling. So it's
Yeah.
like, I would want to work for whatever you're working for. Whatever
If you ever want to do it, because it'd be a funny ass fucking video. That'd be fucking.
I think we would all love to see Dylan just go like ape shit. It'd just be the opposite of like him just being so calm and chilling.
Yeah,
He's
that'd
just
be wild.
destroying you, dude. just
Yeah.
fucking
I'm gonna
rapes
be
you.
humble.
Dude, he would have sex with you if he wanted to. Dude, that's what I think would happen.
Well, we don't know
like
until we
we-
find out.
He'd be like, at any point, I could just start fucking him, guys. And he's just pinning you down.
Yeah, but I don't know. We would say that sometimes if someone was like a really good wrestler, it'd be like he could do that if he wanted
Yeah.
to like your friend, like not to you though.
Yeah, I think I heard Brendan Schaub say that to Callan. And Callan's like, dude, I fight. He's like, dude, I could literally walk over to you and put my dick in your mouth if I wanted to. I could do whatever I want to you.
Yeah, it's
Well, like I
crazy.
said,
I wish I knew how to fight.
If we could set this up, because I love doing jujitsu, but I can't afford going every fucking month. So, but I have a gym that if we want to make a video, just because how fucking hilarious it'd be, like we could fucking do it.
I think you
but
guys
if-
should both use your skills and just see whoever comes out victorious.
Yeah, whoever taps. Is that?
Yeah, but it's like if it's whoever taps, like I don't know how to get any of these holds or just even
Well,
position.
couldn't you? Is wrestling not about tapping?
No,
It's just about point
It's just
system.
pin.
it's about, like,
Okay. So he
that's-
wouldn't.
yeah,
he's
putting
not. He's
it
not
on the back.
trained to make you tap.
no.
But you fucking could.
I'm trying to like be able to take him down, and like he probably couldn't take me down.
Yeah, I'm sure you could
I don't
probably.
think I could take you down, but I think I could scramble around to get a tap.
To get, how would you get? Like do the same kind of thing, like try to.
No, you just because when you're saying take down, you're thinking of you're going to take down and then you just pin.
No,
And then
well,
it's over, right? But if you're down on the ground and I haven't tapped, then it's not over. You just keep going until somebody taps.
There's like it's like there's like riding and everything. It's like
Yeah,
I
it's
would
all
know
it's
how to,
grappling. It's all these
like I could probably like basically like tackle you or not tackle, but just like
yeah, because tackle's
effectively
almost like a
tackle.
strike.
yeah, and just like I would like be able to get behind you and like probably keep you down like way harder than anyone. I mean, I don't really know who you're training with, but like I would know how to do it better than like most people. So, but it's just like I wouldn't know what kind of like all I really know is like a rear naked choke and like
Yeah,
a couple other like I don't even know what they're called, but like
yeah, holds.
yeah, but it's like I almost feel like it'd be boring if it's just that me trying to get takedowns, but if it's to
Tap.
make you tap, it's like
That's what all jiu-jitsu is tapping.
uh yeah, so it's just like I would just be like wrestling.
So you wouldn't know how to tap. Tap me out.
I mean, like
He'd
maybe
probably
but-
throw you in an arm bar. You know, I'm sure you could do
But
that.
I
I
have
don't know,
to
but it's
tap.
like how could you tap me out if you couldn't take me down?
Because if you're taking me down, you're clinching with me, so I can already put you in a
yeah,
different
like you
choke.
would just roll onto your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's so many different ways. I mean,
yeah.
that's why jiu-jitsu is so much like.
Right, I'm talking
thi-
about if you weren't willing to turn your back like that, but you are willing to turn your back. So
Oh yeah, dude. I've
the
had
riding is different.
I've seen in jiu-jitsu. Here's the thing: even when people start on their feet, sometimes
They just
people who are
drop down.
people who are better on the ground,
Uh-huh.
they immediately just sit down.
Yeah.
I've seen that, like in a UFC fight. The
Yeah.
guy just keeps going around. The guy's like,
That's
Mhm.
why I'm saying we gotta. If you ever want to do it, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, I think it'd be fun if you wrestled. Like, I'm pretty sure you were talking about wrestling.
I
it could
don't
be
know
maybe
shit
would it be
about
easier for you to learn wrestling moves than him to start learning jujitsu moves?
Oh, I would do a
I
jiu-jitsu
can tell-
match if you do a wrestling match, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't
we could do
competed in,
both.
like years.
We could do both. Sure.
That would be fun.
And and here's the thing: I'm tight with the gym that I was at, so I could literally just throw them be like, yo, dude, I don't have 150 to go for a month. I'll give you $20 if we could just fuck around today, spar for whatever the day, and we could we could just film it. It'd be funny as hell.
But then I think, oh, it's funny. But then, what if one of us gets hurt? Like, I don't even have health insurance. That's not worth it for me. I mean, like, it would basically.
Dude, you can't
just,
tell me you're gonna beat the shit out of me and then say you don't want to get health because
well,
I'm
it's
gonna hurt you.
basically like I would in wrestling. Like,
I
why would we do that?
yeah,
Make
no,
money off of it.
no, I wouldn't hurt.
I guess it would just be like a promo thing, just for like that the comedians do. Like, hey,
Yeah,
watch
and,
this.
and
also.
dude, it would. That's the thing is, I wouldn't even go to any point of hurting you. Like it's that's the thing that I learned in jiu-jitsu is it's the art of learning when to tap.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, I haven't wrestled in years. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like,
I actually originally quit because I broke both ankles.
What?
Yeah.
In
Damn.
wrestling?
And the
Or
reason
what?
in jiu-jitsu, because
Jesus.
here's what my problem was that everybody fucking told me. I'm
I love that
200.
You didn't listen.
I'm 270. I'm 270, but when I do jiu-jitsu, they say I move like I'm fucking like 180 pounds. Like I'm literally like
Jesus
like I'm
Christ.
fucking like breakdancing on there just to
Yeah.
like my biggest. So here's the thing is like, do you guys know what why jiu-jitsu is such a huge fucking deal? Besides
No.
Rogan fucking jagging off about it every fucking podcast, the
No.
reason why it's such a huge fucking thing is because here's the thing. I mean I mentioned this before, but it's fine. Like, I don't know if you know this. You know, like karate, judo, taekwondo, right?
Uh-huh.
Here's what's bullshit about those. They've been Americanized.
Uh-huh.
So what that means is, you say you got a shit ton of money and you want to invest. You take one taekwondo class, you get a white belt. Now you can open up your own gym and pretend that you're a fucking black belt.
I like that.
With jiu-jitsu, you have to have direct lineage to the Gracie family to be a black belt. So you cannot be a fraud. There's literally fucking like, it's like the Antifa of jiu-jitsu. They fucking call people out if you're full of shit. And the reason why I became famous is because in UFC, I don't know if you would know this because like Dylan, you're saying you don't really know holds, but you can tell that being clothed is a flaw when you do jiu-jitsu, because you could just fight. Like they say, the worst
Did the
position
Gracies wear a gi the whole time?
they do, because they were trying to prove, even though this is a flaw, we will fucking own your ass.
They would utilize grabbing onto the garments and stuff too.
Yeah. So what they and the reason why it became huge is because the original Gracie, he was like, yo dude, I'm gonna fucking get to the top of the UFC without having one strike, and he did that shit. The funniest fucking match I ever seen, dude. So before UFC got big, they were just starting out. They didn't have any fucking rules. They didn't know what the fuck to do.
You could punch people in the balls.
Yeah, you could
Repeatedly.
stomp on them.
Dude, I saw a video of a guy repeatedly just getting punched in his dick. I was like, I can't believe that was okay. Dude, yeah, you could just keep punching their ball sack.
You could do a flying.
And what are you going to do?
Because people, you see that shit in like Tekken or Street Fighter. You can't do flying kicks, like double fucking.
Oh, you can't?
I don't think you can, because it's
That
just.
seems like really risky on the user. Flying kick seems like you're going to get punished.
Yeah, but so
yeah,
they
like you'll just fall.
Yeah, what's going to happen?
yeah. So
even if you hit me,
you guys know who Ken Shamrock is?
No.
I think you've heard of him.
He used to be in fucking WWF, like WWE, after he retired from UFC.
Oh, that's.
But he was in UFC first. Dude, he goes up against one of the Gracies, and because this was before the rules, now it's like, I don't know what the fuck it is now. It's like 10-minute rounds, 6 rounds, right? And then you get judged.
I have no idea.
This fucking guy just hung on to fucking Ken Shamrock like this, like he's fucking a baby holding onto you.
Yeah.
30 minutes straight.
No.
He just tired his ass out, and eventually he tapped.
Wow.
That's what it is. Like,
It is just thinking about if you just met in the wild or something. Like, it's just like, it wouldn't matter if one animal like took like a half hour to kill another, unless it mattered. for
Just the
some
end
reason.
result is kind of what matters.
Yeah, or it's just like whatever. It's like who's fighting, who's winning.
That's why I think we were talking. Who was talking about? Like it was somebody. I think the comics were talking about somebody versus Floyd Mayweather in a street fight.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they were saying 50 Cent versus Floyd Mayweather. I forgot who they said, but I was like, a street fight. It's a lot different than boxing.
Yeah.
A lot of rules in boxing.
yeah.
I still think I don't know how much bigger 50 Cent is than Floyd Mayweather, but I'd probably take Mayweather just out of respect of like the best boxer ever, maybe, or one of them. he's
Yeah,
smaller.
he'll probably just slip around and keep punching you. Like
Yeah,
I don't think
just
he'd be able to like grab him and take him to the ground or anything. Like
How
that.
could you catch him? It's probably
Yeah, that's like his whole thing.
I noticed
He'll
there was
pop you so quick.
Yeah.
like,
Without even seeing it, dude. He's so fucking quick. It's crazy.
Yeah.
but there so
You
the
get first hit on him and you still wouldn't.
the reason
He
reason
could take
why
it.
the reason why I was mentioning all his black belt shit is because when you're in the gym, you're not allowed to ask a black belt to fucking roll with you. because it's out of respect. Like if they want to roll with you, they'll fucking approach
That makes
you.
sense. That would be disrespectful.
And what's funny is I was the biggest fucking guy in that gym, so I went up against a black belt because nobody wanted to go up against me.
Really?
So my claim to fame with that was that I went 2 minutes with a black belt and he didn't tap me. Because that's when the spar ends. Like you get a different partner, and the whole time I was just tiring him out.
For sure.
But that's the thing. That's the thing I fucking love in that is like the grappling thing. Every fucking person has like a flaw and a benefit. I went up against a guy, no joke. I don't even know anybody that we know mutually that's as skinny. He's fucking skin and bones. He's like this fucking tripod. He's 5 feet tall.
Like skinnier than AJ?
Yeah, skinnier than AJ, and he's 5 feet
Skinnier
tall.
than Danny?
Danny?
Hamill?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
He was a skinny fucking, and I used to call him the fucking squirrel on coke because this guy always fucking got me in a rear naked choke, and I didn't know at the time how to like counter it. And dude, he choked me so many fucking times that whole week
You came.
I didn't know that your Adam's apple could become swollen.
So for a week, I was talking like this.
And everybody at work's like, this guy's gay, dude. He's getting this fucking uvula punch.
Dude, the fucking worst was in the bedroom, like when I was like
Also
trying to
wrestle
come.
me.
Like,
Dude,
Oh no.
You said something about you cocaine squirrel. Dude, there used to be so much more coke in comedy I've heard about from old comedians.
Yeah.
There's no coke. Nobody's doing blow. Like in the bathrooms that I know of.
Yeah,
I can't, or else I would feel like I'd be able to tell.
I don't
if
think that
somebody-
people around here are doing
No,
that.
there's nobody in the burbs doing blow. It sounds like so much fun. Like the guy's doing blow at the store, fucking bitches in the green room, and now we're
Yeah,
just
but-
at the bit,
Dude,
at the
I-
old
About that,
comedy
might be
shrimp.
lucky because it's not like that.
yeah, no,
yeah.
dude,
Pitfalls.
my fucking
Yeah, it's all. Those were all bad things I just mentioned.
You can't just be cool.
dude,
with
my
the
fucking
pitfalls.
no. I think
Yeah,
coke
that's a
is
good point.
shit because what do I think of when I think of
I would
coke?
never do coke nowadays.
I think of the '80s when I think of coke. And I can't think of one good thing that came out of coke. When you think of like metal from the '80s, nah. Any like, pop music from this is all coke induced.
Yeah, I just heard I heard Joey Diaz talking about when he was doing coke, like it messes up your timing on stage and all that shit. I mean, obviously, I would if I was to ever do cocaine again, which I wouldn't because it would fucking just make me so depressed. I would obviously never do it on stage. That would be insane because you could
Made you
tell right away.
depressed?
It would make me depressed because
Calm down.
It pushes all your serotonin. The next couple of days, you're gonna be fucking
Oh, that's fucked.
right.
You're gonna be like empty.
Yeah, you're gonna be empty on some shit. I wouldn't do any hard drugs probably nowadays.
Dude, I
sadly.
think that's why I got burnt out this week because I was
too much
just, like,
coke.
No, just like the serotonin and dopamine levels in me.
Uh-huh.
I never did like it was like the first time that I did like 3 weeks in a row where I did like 4 or 5 mics every week
Oh yeah, I was about to ask. So have you never burned out before?
with comedy.
Just like in general of like.
Oh no, I have, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I definitely.
So you know where your line is a little bit and stuff.
Yeah, no, my wife tells me all the time, like, I just have that fucking artist, creative, like, burning in me that I, like, dude, when I had lockdown, I'm not joking, I released, you can check them out on fucking on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. I wrote 2 fucking full-length albums in a month because I was so, like, bored with, like, where does my creativity
I feel
go?
you, dude. I drew like hundreds of paintings. I feel you.
Yeah.
Just gotta do shit.
And like so here's the position that I was in now is like I'm going through some shit with my fucking brother drama. Like I'm going through other fucking drama in my personal life. I'm trying to like mix all these fucking podcasts and get them out and reach out to different guests, different comedians, schedule them. I'm trying to fucking book us to do this fucking Death Squad shit, you know what I'm talking about? And it was like, dude, I can't fucking, and at the same time, everybody laughs when I say this. I'm going to be, because of the shit that I went through, I'm going to be a trauma speaker in schools for kids. So,
like actually, you're gonna be talking to kids about trauma.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to be like TED Talks and shit.
Nice.
But because, yeah, dude, I mean,
You're gonna start off with. So what's up with airplane food? What's going on with that,
Yeah.
guys? Everybody having a good night?
all right, you faggots, let's get fucking wild.
Wow. You don't think this podcast is gonna get in the way of that?
I don't think I have to. I mean, I did think about that because I was like my
You
fucking
did
brother.
just say that.
My brother has a YouTube channel, but he doesn't want to go on this podcast because he's a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
So he thinks like anything you'll say on here or anything I'll say like maybe hit
Oh,
and
you'll be
runs.
direct association.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be being funny right now? Is this a comedy podcast, or how do you think of it? Because I think you said that you just kind of talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Word. I was just wondering if I was like underperforming.
No, dude, we this is
No,
just,
dude, when you were making that clip, dude, it was great content.
Dude.
That was awesome.
I was just posting it actually at that point.
No, dude, I love the grind. I love
Yeah.
it.
No,
You obsessed with posting now? You're like, dude, this is it, dude.
Well, I'm
No,
like, I
I-
don't wanna
brick
get
by
it out
brick.
too late for no reason. It's a good one.
I feel you, dude. Like, I fucking accidentally didn't press publish on my video like on
Uh-huh.
Friday for like my main channel. And I
Oh,
was
no.
like, oh my fucking god.
Damn.
When I realized at like 11, I'm like, not even fucking worth it, dude.
Because it throws everything off. or
Like, it'll
what?
tell you like this is later than your audience usually
Oh,
expects a video,
uh-huh.
so it'll probably underperform. So I'll just wait till Monday.
Damn, yeah, I gotta pay attention.
what are you
on this
posting them on?
YouTube Studio. That's so dumb of me not to be looking at those. Like, I look at the one on Instagram and like.
You mean
I don't think-
analytics?
Yeah, but it's just like kind of like things on TikTok. Like, I haven't looked at that one yet, but.
Well, I'd say you're so early on, like the analytics, and you haven't made
there's
enough
such a
content to
small
really.
sample size. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't
Especially
know,
before
yeah.
100 pieces of content and stuff.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I wonder what it says about my average audience. What times would be better? Like for yours, like are they expecting it on a certain day?
Every day of the week.
Yeah. So then you time it at the same time every day, like ahead of time, or do you just always post when you're done?
I just post when I'm done.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah. Some people like would say like go back to posting at 7. I'm like, I don't have a set time that I post. You're lucky you're getting a video every day, bitch. The fuck
That
you
is a
got?
lot.
Yeah, and I do the comedian videos 3 times a week. So I do 8 videos a week, and I'm trying to do
Jeez.
shorts. So like a short a day. So like 13. What is that? 10, like 13 videos a week or something, like
Uh-huh.
16. But I used to post like 2 full like videos a day
Uh-huh.
on my main channel. Like I would do full 2 90-day fiance clips per day, plus 2 1-hour podcasts. So I would do 16 episodes a week, dude. And that was,
Wow.
dude, that was the most insane. I could never do that again. Editing off an iPad with my fingers, dude. Not even a
Wow.
computer.
Yeah,
Can't
it
believe
took
I did
me-
that. That was stupid.
So I was gonna start doing this. I mean I am doing this. I was just gonna start fucking roasting celebrities that fucking deserve to get roasted but haven't.
That would be good for content.
And I recently I only did Billy Corgan so far,
I don't even know who that is.
the singer of Smashing Pumpkins,
Okay.
that bald little bitch that complains about it.
I love how
he's-
you telling me Smashing Pumpkins like as if it would help me. Like,
Oh,
He doesn't know white people
How-
music.
so-
no white people. Music.
so wait, how old is the age gap? How old are you guys?
I'm 27.
Okay,
I'm 29.
20. Okay, I mean that's still like smash. I mean,
But I listen to
No,
like
I like
rap
them.
yeah.
and stuff.
What
Like in 5th grade, my uncle got me an NWA CD, and that that
Nice.
changed my fucking life, dude.
You're like, yep, this one. Yes.
Fuck the police, coming straight out the underground.
What's
Got it
what's
bad 'cause
what do
I'm
you
brown.
what do you think your favorite like old school rappers out of that fucking era?
Oh, I don't know any old school rappers.
I love,
Probably.
like, all
NWA, that's it.
Oh,
Dr.
yeah. I mean, I
Dre's
just by
beats and,
chance
like-
got them. What'd you say?
I feel like, I don't know, Dr. Dre was such a good producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Yeah, I really have no idea. Like, I guess old stuff I don't really even remember
Uh-huh.
because like I
Care-
think NWA is probably like the only old
That
school
like
type.
sparked it for you.
Probably, dude. It's
Yeah.
crazy to think that I was listening to "Fuck the Police" in 5th grade on the way to school, dude. And before that, I was listening to "I Believe I Can Fly." Then it's NWA right
Oh
now.
my god. Yeah, but
I
which
used to
one
listen to My
aged-
Chemical Romance and shit too, and like all that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love that, but no.
I started listening to black metal in 6th grade.
I got excited when you said black, and then you said metal.
Yeah. I had a bit about that about how because I had friends always tell me that like, you listen to black metal, you become racist. And then like the first time I did that joke, that some crowd member was like, "What is that like metal with black people?" I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
No, then I wouldn't listen to it. Are you kidding me?
No, do you guys know what black metal is? No.
I mean, it's just like even
Dark.
darker.
Dark metal.
It is. But the reason why is because
It's what it is. Yeah.
It's because it's darker.
no. But here's what happened that people don't know about. I mean, I feel like a dork talking about this because everybody in black metal knows about this. But so here's what's funny. When I was in 6th grade, do you guys did you ever have that 600-minute reading shit where you get Six Flags tickets?
No.
You never had that?
Sounds like you could cheat it though, whatever it is.
It
Yeah.
sounds like you just lie.
Wait, well, you needed your fucking parents to like time you and watch you, and they needed to sign. So my mom was like, we're gonna get you a book that you want to fucking read, because you got to read all these stupid fucking, The Outsiders, Great Gatsby bullshit for school, whatever.
Never read once in school.
So
Mark has read very little, I believe.
So
I'm just kidding.
so I go so I go to my mom takes me to like Barnes and Noble or Borders, whatever the fuck, and the first thing I see is a flaming church. I'm like, yeah, I want to read that book.
Surprised you didn't pick up Mein Kampf.
I don't know if they sold it there. It might have been sold out.
They're probably sold out.
No, but no. So what it started in Norway with all these like. Here's the funny thing. These motherfuckers, you can't take it seriously because it's like, oh, it's even darker. All the lyrics are basically a Skyrim scroll. It's about dragons and shit. But it was all these coked out Norwegians who sang about the Holocaust, and some of them were like proudly fucking Nazi. Some of them weren't.
Fuck, dude?
But here,
Nice.
But here's the reason where it got controversial is because like
Here's
It wasn't
where it got
already?
controversial.
well no like because like metal is devastated, like the art has to match the feeling. And what I mean by that is, do you want like fucking Phoebe Bridgers is no this emo chick now, or like okay, do you want
Here, bro, yeah.
what I'm saying is, I would rather have a metal band screaming and going crazy, making a song about the Holocaust, how fucking crazy it was.
I like how you say Holocaust. Holocaust.
Holocaust.
Here, hand these to Mark. Have a blast.
Well, how do you say it?
Holocaust.
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 Hola.
Holla. Holla if you love the Holocaust.
Holla.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Thank you, Dylan, by
So,
the way. I appreciate
Of course, bro.
So,
Have
I was
fun with
no,
it.
I was saying that if you're gonna sing about devastating shit, metal is a good genre to do it. You don't want a guy with a acoustic guitar like Bob Dylan, fucking with a harmonica, making a sad fucking ballad about an issue like that. It's stupid.
you. Well, there would be a different genre, right?
Yeah. So this is what made black metal. This guy in fucking Norway, he wanted to be a part of this band called Mayhem. This is what this book is about that I was reading in 6th grade, by the way. Here's where it gets really, because people don't know about this. This guy wanted to be a part of this group Mayhem because he was like an obsessed fan. The singer of Mayhem shoots himself, blows his brains with a shotgun. So they're like, oh, that's pretty dark and fucked up.
Let's write about it.
Let's use it as the album cover. And that's what they did. And they drank some of his, like they made a meal out of his brains, and they all have like part of his skull on their necklaces and
What
shit.
the fuck, dude?
And
The
then
part of the skull and the necklace is kind of cool, but the eating the human brains is a
Yeah.
really bad idea.
and then
You will get
Oh,
disease
jeez.
from that.
So then this guy, the super fan Varg, joins Mayhem. He gets really fucking mad at the guy that was previously in it, the guy that was the guitarist, because he's like, you guys are trying to sell out. You're trying to fucking like exploit your friend's suicide to try and get big, when you're not even about. Because this guy Varg was basically about,
fucked up.
let's fucking kill all Christians because Crusaders took over Norway and they killed the pagan religion. So he was like really deep into it, and this guy's more like, yo, let's fucking shock as many people. He was like an edgelord, So then he gets mad, and then he stabs the guitarist to death.
How many times?
I think it was around 80.
Well, that's a lot.
And-
That's pretty high up there. I watched a lot of police interrogation.
And then he burnt, I think, like 30 churches. You know what
That's not that many.
the best part is?
That they were churches.
Norway's highest prison sentence is 21 years.
What?
So he did it in 1993, and he got out in 09.
Wow.
Yep.
And my cousin's getting
That's
the
what-
death penalty? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he did all the same shit.
Mark's
Wait, did your guy
cousin,
kill
the
people?
Hollywood
Yeah.
Ripper.
Oh, yeah, Hollywood Ripper. He only killed 4 people, though.
Oh,
Allegedly.
your cousin?
Ripper.
Yeah, dude, I was watching like a bunch of like murder docs and stuff, and then he popped up. I was like, dude, this is
No, are you
Yes.
fucking with me or being
I
serious?
swear on my life, Michael Gargiulo is my cousin, Hollywood
my
Ripper. He
gosh.
killed Ashton Kutcher's girlfriend on the way to a red carpet thing. And he's like, oh, this bitch is late. And then, nope, she's dead. And yeah, he was in my mom's wedding 1 week
no.
after he murdered the first girl in
Really?
Glenview.
Oh shit!
Holy.
My mom's
fuck.
like, that piece of shit. And every time we see like a family book, I'm like, show me the murderer. I want to see it in his eyes. And you can kind of see some death, like some just like, oh, it's awesome.
Dude, so I used to be like one of those chicks that just listens to nothing but true crime podcasts.
Dude, that's me now.
And dude, you know what's the most fucked up crime I ever fucking heard? Like the most fucked up, not as in quantity, but as in savage story, right?
Yeah.
This happened in like the 2000s. So while we were alive, it happened in Canada. And here's why nobody heard about it. Because when you find the bodies, you can legally declare how many there were. They didn't have the evidence to do it. They didn't have the physical evidence to do it, but they had the paperwork evidence to clear that there was 80 dead bodies. Here's what happened. This is why this is the most savage. In Canada, around the 2000s, there was this rich fucking family that owned shit tons of land. And I don't know if you guys know, in fucking rural country, it takes like an hour to go to the nearest grocery store. That's why everybody loves guns in rural. That's why they love the Second Amendment, or, you know, the right to bear arms, because the
Cops are not coming.
Yeah, the cops. It'll take an hour for them to show up,
Yeah.
and you could shoot them. So this family, they own all these fucking farms, and they had a mentally challenged son. And they're like, what farm are we going to give to him? Well, the easiest fucking thing to take care of is pigs, because they're filthy. They
eat anything.
They eat anything.
And so that's what he fed the pigs, was people.
That's what he did.
Hey!
But here's what's crazy.
I'm good at this. It's in my blood.
Here's what's fucking crazy. So he was in this town where everybody got their fucking pork from him.
And they were eating the pork that had eaten the people previously.
Yeah.
Did they get sick from having it being people?
No.
Okay.
But what was crazy is that for 30 fucking years, you had all these people in like that region, in that radius, looking for their daughters, and they were eating their own daughters.
That's sick. That's fucking awesome.
But the thing that made me laugh my ass off, because I'm fucking dark as hell.
Well, it wasn't the whole thing.
No, it was when they were talking about the murder scene. They were like, that's the reason why they couldn't clarify how many bodies, because when they went to his farm, I mean, there's just fucking blood and rotting flesh in every direction. I mean, they can't tell.
It's weird that they just never checked there. They found 80 bodies there, and it took that long.
Yeah,
that's a fuckload. That has to be the highest serial killer ever.
My God.
80 is way higher than everything.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh. And I wouldn't doubt that it would be because of the stereotype of mentally challenged people. They're just like, oh, he's always jolly. I think he wouldn't be capable of this.
Or part of it being in Canada, where they're like, we're so nice, nothing bad happens here.
Yeah. We'll just cut you 79 slacks is what we'll.
So how? I mean, yeah.
So no. Here's the thing that made me laugh my ass off. When they fucking found, they were looking for DNA, right, for any human DNA that doesn't belong in a fucking slaughterhouse, right?
Yeah.
They found a shotgun with a long ass black dildo. So this guy would fuck the victim with this dildo on the shotgun, then pull the trigger. But the shit that made me break out laughing was that they found his DNA on there as well. So he fucked himself with the shotgun after. Wow. I'm just like, this is, oh man, it doesn't get any worse than this. You know,
that's kind of hot.
You know that I grew up 3 miles from John Wayne Gacy.
That is like the most typical, like like a comedian transition when they're just like, yeah, so I was jerking off and stuff. So me and my mom were shopping, and it's like, whoa.
So I got these cookies today. They're fabulous. Speaking of blown up vaginas and DNA on a dildo. But yeah, no, John Wayne Gacy grew up 3 miles from me.
Is that the clown one?
Yeah.
Nice.
And he do comedy.
He's a clown. Yeah.
We got a real clown.
We got a real fucking clown. And the crazy thing is that he ran a construction company, and there were killers in the construction company.
That's cool.
It's like, I'm wondering, like, were they like fucking apprentices for what he did? Because he had like 20 like underage boys in his crawl space.
Nice.
But
very nice.
No, you talk about comedy, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
I started listening to this band. They're called Macabre. They're a Chicago band. They're called Murder Metal. Every single song is a like scientifically accurate depiction of a murder scene. And the shit that made me laugh my ass off, they made an entire album called Dahmer, and the whole fucking album is about his whole life.
I love how you go, speaking of comedy, and then you just start talking about bands. And you're like, well, this made me...
Well, no. Here's why it's funny, because
It made me laugh.
they parody kids songs in a Dahmer way. So they did like, so I don't know if you, so like, you know, Dahmer fucking worked in a chocolate factory in Wisconsin. So they cover Oompa Loompa Doobity Da.
Ah.
Jeffrey loved
It's so
eating
messed.
men from gay bars.
Okay.
And like every fucking, or like when they caught him in that apartment, they caught him with melted bodies in barrels in his
Jesus.
bathtub. Like when they caught Jeffrey.
That's how they usually do it.
So what do
Bodies
they-
in the barrels is very popular. It's how they
Yeah,
decompose
that's
seals in the
fucked.
smell. Yeah.
So they cover Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub.
Hell yeah.
but
That is hilarious.
yeah, I don't know where to go from there. I don't know where to.
Wherever you want to take it, Phil, we've been everywhere. Jiu-jitsu, comedy, wrestling, murder.
Wait, so is it a no because of health insurance? Like you don't want to? I didn't know. I didn't know if
mean,
it's a great.
I don't know. It's just like we got to make sure. What are we doing this for? For fun?
Yeah, for fun.
funny? I'm already funny, and it's no risk. But it's like it's boring to me because it's just. I don't know. I feel like people don't need to see us wrestle.
Maybe when you guys are famous, then people want to
Yeah.
see you guys wrestle.
Like, will people buy tickets to see?
Like
us
imagine like Tom
wrestle?
Segura and fucking Burt wrestling. I would see that. I'd watch that. Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee wrestling. I'd be like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, or they fucking didn't Bert and Tom? They did that like dance competition. It's just comics do always they just do weird.
Dude, that was
funny
great
shit.
at the end of the dance competition where he got Bert to do like a video and it put him in that fat suit and he stabbed him like 100 times. I love that.
Yeah.
How Tom like took it seriously.
Yeah.
Like that's my kind of vibe. Like not taking shit seriously, but I could see me like going super hard on like a dance battle like that out of nowhere, doing like a huge production video and doing like actual dances like that.
That's why I'm saying it'd be hilarious. Like
Also, I can see like Dylan also will dance sometimes.
yeah.
It's very impressive. Just not caring
thank
what
you.
people think. And you're doing that improv thing with Dan, right? Yeah. I think you're going to be good at that because I think you're secretly can be performative because you're not scared of the outcome, right?
Yeah,
You're doing improv with McCarty today.
I auditioned for something and like the guy like emailed me back, but it was only to check if I was available during a time that I said that I wasn't. So I feel like I was like maybe a backup or something. And then, but I don't know. Like I was trying to do it because that really helped my stand up. So
Yeah, I
thought,
could see you having no
do it
problem
again.
being performative and shit. So
Yeah, like it was basically I started on my audition like really cold just because I hadn't done improv in like over a year. But then throughout it, I think like I started to like make an impression because I would just kind of be able to jump into like bits or just like play a character like
did you film it?
he filmed it.
Nice.
But
Did you ever take any improv class? No.
I'm not actually gay. Okay. I just look gay. I would never. I would.
I know. I did. Everybody kept telling me to go to fucking.
even though you do the shotgun round,
I know, dude. Improvising is different than improv. But you know, like this one guy when I was at the roast battle with AJ, I was talking about like how I don't write, and the dude's like, "You should do improv then." And I was like, "No, it's fucking
well,
gay."
I don't know, dude.
No.
It helped. And what if it was like it'll help your stand-up comedy?
See, I think it might. I don't know because
It's
like,
it's different for each person.
wouldn't I
hated
benefit
improv.
more from just doing stand up in place of doing the improv?
I don't know, like I was thinking like of doing it in place of open mics because I felt like the one extra open mic that I'm missing because of it, it's only once a week. It's like going and putting myself through something that I don't want to do. And it opens up so many different
like wrestling or jujitsu.
It would help with
Wild
acting
Phil.
too. I think.
yeah, acting and acting out. And
I mean, if it was like a class thing, I would consider it. But like, I just think that improv is so corny and gay,
It is. I agree with
and
that.
it's like stand up. Like it's like
I don't like it. It's
I don't
not
know.
for me.
Yeah.
like, but I feel like it's because it'll help me.
it'd be beneficial
Yeah.
as fuck.
I thought it was fucking like therapeutic. I didn't know where the fuck what should I do to become better at stand up or to even start. So everybody kept telling me Second City is they were telling me that Second City is like overhyped, that IO Theater is where you should fucking IO Theater is
Yeah, the
where
class
like
for Second City was not good. Like we're funnier than the teacher was. That's hot.
but yeah, like I did improv theater in fucking Lincoln Park. I just took one class, and dude, it was fun. I was really good at it, but it was like, where does this take me?
It would help me
You know,
let
like-
loose because I'm not very good at like being wacky and fun, and that's kind of like what it's all about. I feel like it's more theatrical than it is. It is
Well, you
supposed to
know-
be funny, but it is a lot of like being the character, like
Yeah,
selling
yeah.
the moment.
I like
honestly,
that.
honestly, it's just you be an actor just in a bizarre way. You don't even have to be whack. Because here's the thing: when I did the class, everybody fucking came in there thinking, "Oh, I just got to be goofy. I'm just gonna be funny, or I'll tell like even slip in like failed stand-up jokes in this fucking improv thing." Do you guys know what a herald is?
I know like what it's supposed to be like, just some specific way of doing it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
what it is.
Herald is just like this formula to do improv where it's like fucking, whose line is it anyway? They shout out like, all right, you're in a, like they did for me. They're like, you're in a public bathroom. People keep walking in. Go, you know?
Yeah, I
And-
see. I could.
And like
Benefit
the
from that.
wackier you do shit, it's not natural, so people don't laugh.
It's got to be realistic.
So I just like, I was like, what's the most bizarre thing I can do here, but remain like poker face character? And I just played like a Lieutenant Dan handicap guy in a wheelchair.
To me, I feel like I would always like my instant thought was it would be funny to have me in that situation, like what I would do in the bathroom.
Yeah.
In the situation they give me, like as my like asshole character that I portray.
Yeah.
But I could see that being beneficial because like the embarrassment of like acting things out and shit like that. I don't know, or like
Yeah, dude, I just don't like being dishonest. It's like it's weird for a joke when you're like you're doing it in a way that's been, I mean, I don't know, you're like testing it or you're saying it because it's supposed to work. Like you're deceiving the audience in a way that you could tell that they like it. You know, I don't like
Yeah.
acting because it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of like I feel like I'm just deceiving without proof of them liking that I'm doing that deception.
Yeah.
It's like if people end up laughing at it, that's good, but
the way I try and deceive them
I
is
don't
like
like
how
acting.
Louis C.K. like tries, you know how he tries
Yeah.
to make it seem like he just came up with it,
uh-huh.
but he knows every step
Yeah,
of
yeah.
everything. So that's what
Which
the
is
goal
cool
is.
to be able to do.
That's like an acting thing though. It's like learn something like learn like in the moment or something. Like you have to act like you just came up with it. That's
Dude.
like a skill.
Uh-huh.
But it's not even like, if you learn how to riff, then it is an acting.
Yeah, but you can't riff for a living, you know.
Yeah, like you can't.
There are people who like,
Even the Andrew Schultz
I think that's-
crowd work special, like I feel like crowd work and riffing, it will always be not as good compared to like honed material.
It might be more. It might hit more because it's in the moment and so contextual.
I don't think it would hit as well with like an audience watching it like on a special though. Like I think it would be better for the crowd in the moment, but
Yeah.
like watching it like via special wise, like it's way more impressive to have like an act than to just kind of riff.
Uh-huh.
You know, like having an hour act is probably way harder than doing an hour of riffing.
yeah.
Because you could just if there's 1,000 people there, you could crowd work. There's somebody interesting there,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
most people can't do crowd work.
I just think like when I say riffing, I'm like, you just come up with, you just fucking roast a topic.
Jeremiah Watkins has the show where he has
Yeah.
people just the crowd gives you topics to
Jeremiah?
talk about.
He's part of that whole fucking Skanks crew. You know?
Jeremiah's he's funny. I like his show where he has people on and the crowd gives topics to the people. Like they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
yell out stuff. Like Andrew Schultz has been on there, Trevor Wallace, Shane Gillis, and I want to be on that so fucking bad.
Someday.
I fucking
So
I had
bad.
to miss. I had to go out of town for like family emergency. I had fucking sold out Shane Gillis tickets for right here. I was like, oh, Christ.
I've watched his special. I've probably seen the most.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've probably seen the most of like Louis C.K.'s the one I've watched the most. Tom Segura, but
yeah,
I've
I was
watched.
gonna say I asked you like what your top three, but what would
Top
you say your
three.
top three?
I probably have like a
Louis.
yeah. I would say Louis, Tom Segura, and probably Shane Gillis.
Shane.
Yeah, I mean, like I haven't seen Andrew's new thing. I also haven't seen Louis' new thing. I don't really like watching stand up
Dude.
actually, but
You know what I fucking hate? I like Andrew Schultz a lot, but you've seen his podcast before.
yeah.
His fucking friend.
Akash,
Yeah, he's
have you seen his
so-
stand up?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
No, not a fan. It's oh my god, it's so. I feel like there's some vibe I'm getting about him that he's fucking playing a character of trying to be like way
a
too
flagrant
fucking cool.
character. You think he's like he's more dorky than he actually is?
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. He's just
Well,
trying
he's
to
very
be hot shit.
I mean, he doesn't drink alcohol. He doesn't do anything. He's very religious, by the book. One woman he's ever had sex with. One person he's been with his whole life, married. I think he's very like not cool.
I'm just like
atypical,
when I watch
typical cool.
Yeah, I just like when I watch that podcast and Andrew Schultz is like whatever riffing on something or saying some shit, and then here's Akash with some says some generic black sense. I know exactly what you're saying, man. Like
Akash is the Indian one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I would say he is significantly more unfunny than Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
But Andrew Schultz is one of the funniest guys, I would say.
For yeah, that's.
I don't know, but I haven't seen his stand up in a while, or like I haven't seen his material since I started, so it would give me a different light on it. But
Did you say you had a top 3? You said like Louis, right?
Yeah, like if you're saying, I don't know, because I don't really think I'm qualified to say, because I haven't listened to a lot of the, like, I mean, everyone's saying Carlin and Pryor.
well, would
and
you
like-
put Louis up there?
Yeah, I'd put Louis number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I put Louis number 1.
because he's prolific, and I just think he was, I don't know, he's the one that makes me laugh the hardest.
Prolific and simple. Dude, he's the one who's made me cry laughing.
He's
Yeah,
so funny, dude.
yeah.
Dude, his bit about the Batman, how the bat is stuck like in this cabin, he got to overcompensate for his kids, and the bat is like stuck in the house, and he's like talking to the operator how she like really doesn't want to call the guy the Batman.
Yeah.
Dude, so
and he pretends to be the lady outside the house offering the Batman some lemonade, and his tit falls out. Oh, my breast fell out.
He loves, like, he has so many things that are like that. Like, I remember in his show, he had, like, a thing where an old lady next door was like, "Oh, you caught me in the nude" or something.
I've
Like,
seen
of
the show
course,
too.
Yeah, so many of those.
I love it.
So like here's what's like this is gonna coincide what we're talking about. Like one of the fucking facts that I learned from being hypnotized from that EMDR shit. You know, he fucking told like. Remember how I told you like every time I see him, he's like a fucking wizard. Like he I seen him like twice, and he tells me something that I didn't know about my whole life.
Yeah.
One thing he told me, he goes, "You know what, Phil?
You're gay."
Yeah. No, you know what? One of the reasons why you can sense like the authenticity of somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's got a huge fucking ego, or if they're full of shit, or if they're like not being authentic, you know?
Your bullshit meter is pretty.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good because I didn't learn English till I was 10 years old. So I didn't have the fucking like
You had to go based off of the feel and the vibe of
Yeah.
them. Okay.
like when they say like blind people have these heightened other senses. It's
Aside from age real, his senses
Yeah.
in every
Senses
direction are
suck.
lacking.
But so what's funny is like I fucking love. I used to not my number one. I'd say Louis C.K. Then probably Joey Diaz. Then probably Big J. Right now is what I'd say. But for the longest fucking time, I had Joey Diaz up there. But the thing that bothered me. Have you ever seen his specials?
I've only seen a half hour special with the one with Christina P.
Yeah,
Who follows me on Twitter,
Dude,
by
dude,
the way.
Nice.
Dude, one thing I gotta say, this is what's fucking crazy because I knew Joey, similar to me, criminal, fucked up past, filled with fucked up stories. When I see
He did kidnap somebody with a Mac 10, but I mean, you know.
I got kidnapped, so maybe
It's a little
maybe
different.
no, I'm not.
You were getting
I got kidnapped.
Dude,
I
we're
got-
like the same.
we are, dude.
The guy he kidnapped, he got him to come to a comedy show.
Yeah, I heard about that. But no,
Goals.
but here's the thing though, is like when I saw his specials, I was like, I love Joey Diaz so much on podcasts as a person. I'm like, I gotta be honest, this special sucks. It sucks. And the reason why is because he was out of place. He was nervous. He's saying fucking every 5 words. Like, that's not him. Why? How do you capture that essence of funny that he has on the podcast? Dude, I'm not joking. When I went to go, he's one of the other people that I drove out of state to see. I drove to see him in fucking Wisconsin. I'm not even kidding.
You said that like it's far.
well,
Fucking Wisconsin.
well, most people wouldn't drive. Like, I mean, we're comedians, so we drive a shit ton. But I mean,
Yeah,
I drove
which
to
sucks.
fucking. I had to drive with these disgusting, fat, fucking cheese-eating people. That's how much I sacrificed. No, but I drove all the way to fucking Wisconsin, and
Those
I'm not
cows
joking.
out there.
When you're talking about like laughing your hardest, dude, I was crying because my jaw cramped up
That's
from laughing.
That's awesome.
I never seen a more to this day. I constantly see famous comedians. I'm gonna fucking see Dan Soder in March. I saw and met Mark Norman last October.
He's having filming a special in Chicago.
And fucking $130. Fuck that shit, right?
Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Mark.
Not gonna happen. Not that funny.
But dude, I'm telling you, to this day, I never seen anybody kill harder than when I saw Joey Diaz.
Oh, I couldn't imagine.
He got a fucking standing ovation, and you, like the roar that you heard when people cheered, it was like some primal like Greek gladiator shit.
Yeah, dude.
It gave me an adrenaline rush. Like I was like, there's gonna be a fucking riot here.
That's cool as fuck.
It was so and that's the thing is he was so much. It was nothing he had on his special. It was just him riffing, talking shit. He's not nervous. He's not saying fucking every 5 words. He's just in this fucking room of people that he knows they love him, and I'm just gonna rant. And it was dude, I was crying from laughter. It was fun. And you know how fucking amazing Joey D is. I don't know if people know this. When you like, so Vic Theater or wherever the fuck wherever the people play, like I'll give you an example. My wife's nuts about Conan O'Brien. I like him as well. We went to go see him Chicago Theater, bro. Every fucking like 5-seat section is like $100 more. It was like $2,000 to be on the just main floor. We paid like almost $100 to be last fucking row with folding chairs.
Wow.
Joey Diaz is so fucking down to earth. The whole fucking it was the same theater that I saw Conan. Whole theater, $30. Don't matter where the fuck you sit. That's how much he fuck. And I met him afterwards, and he's cool as fuck.
Wow.
He almost. I wrote. I did a bit about it last Thursday. I got a bit about it, but what happened is I got in an argument with my wife. So okay, my wife hates Joey Diaz. She fucking hates him.
Wow.
So I go to so many concerts and so much stand-up that I immediately like, oh my God, they're coming to town. Bought 2 tickets.
Yeah.
And then I just look for people that I can manipulate into coming with me.
Right.
I literally like, that's part of the bit. I was just like screaming at my kid, I'm your father and you're going to see Rotting Christ with me because nobody else wants to go. Like, and so like, I didn't know who to take to Joey Diaz because this was like 2 years ago. I didn't know any like comedians or anything.
Yeah.
So I took my friend Cody, and this guy is so like he's a cool friend, but I'm not like that close to him. I take him with, but he's so awkward. He's like socially awkward, you know. And when we went to go meet Joey, do you know who Kate Quigley is?
No.
She's the chick they kept fucking making jokes about, like she almost OD'd on fentanyl, and she's like a huge comedian or whatever.
Okay.
She's hot as fuck. She looks like a Barbie doll.
Nice.
But she was opening up for She was opening up for Joey Diaz. So we're back there, and people are taking pictures, and she's like, nobody wants to take pictures of me, huh? Takes some guy's hat and puts it sideways. She had like this ballroom sparkly dress, just rips her dress up and starts taking a piss in the alley. And my friend didn't notice at all because he's so socially awkward, doesn't want to make eye contact. She's fucking spraying on his moccasin slippers.
That's pretty nice.
And I'm just fucking like recording him getting pissed on. He's like, yeah, Cody, so what'd you think of the show? Well, you got this camel toe pissing right here, you know?
Nice.
So my wife fucking asked me, she's like, so how'd the show go? I'm like, let me show you the video.
No.
But yeah,
Love
he was
that.
cool as fuck. The only thing he freaked out on, so like I was like doing the podcast and everything. So I was like, can you just please, like, can I get you on video going like, let's get wild with Wild Phil? And he's like, I'm not doing any video, motherfucker. I'm not doing any video. Like, somebody gonna get me canceled. Fuck that shit. So
Of course he's gonna say no, Phil.
Yeah.
Now he probably hates you.
but he was
This fucking Momo asked me to be on this fucking video.
yeah, fucking that was cool as fuck. Anyways,
Hell yeah, dude. That's dope.
Disgusting.
that's disgusting.
He goes, that's disgusting. I'm like, that's dope.
You don't
When you
you
said camel toe.
it's
like,
disgusting.
I don't know. I just feel like
You don't like camel
it's
toe?
very grotesque. I don't know what that word.
What kind of porn do you like?
Camel toe.
Camel toe. What about you, Mark?
Camel toe.
Is it like incest camel toe or just regular camel toe?
Usually just like, yeah, like stepmom or like real mom camel toe.
Yeah.
Like maybe some moose knuckle, real dad moose knuckle. You know what I'm saying?
So you do get specific, like maybe amputee, camel toe.
No, those people aren't even people.
Okay.
That would be disgusting to see.
I'm trying to think. If I could,
Yeah, come on. Yes, and that. What are you talking about?
yes.
Moose knuckle.
Well,
I think that was a nickname for me back in the day.
Dylan, are you gonna do? So are you doing the roast battle?
I don't know. Me and Mark are supposed to roast each other.
Did you you getting it set up?
Not yet, but when we do, they just make me nervous because I have to write jokes.
Yeah, man. When do you want
And you don't
to?
like writing.
I don't write jokes, so I don't.
He's gonna need the community's help.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, Dylan, you got any jokes?
Dude, that
I
fucking
did help
lodge,
AJ with
that
one, but-
that lodge class helped me get my shit organized as fuck.
Yeah, it's just the way that I like, because like even Chris Stefano was like, there's stories about my life. Like, why would I write? But like, I mean, like I'll write. Like, say I won't sit down and write. I'll just like write the bullet point or the idea. Like
Exactly.
If
Just
I'm gonna talk
clip
about
notes.
Spanish class,
Yeah.
I just go up and talk about Spanish class.
I purposely don't want to fucking write the whole thing. I just write like
used
one
to.
word.
I used to write word for word and memorize the entire thing, and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It was the worst. The
Because
more
shit-
I prepare for it, because you can't really. To me, I can't really prepare. I thrive more in chaos of when it's just happening in the moment.
And you don't know you don't know what could happen. Somebody could be fucking talking while you're in the middle of building something up, or somebody could heckle you. And where do you continue?
yeah,
like
that throws a lot of people off when somebody heckles. They just try and stay on the course. It's like when a car starts to skid or
Yeah.
like fishtail, they can't like. They just try and stay on the course. Like when they could just like address it. You know,
Yeah.
somebody's like fag. You should be like, "What? I am gay." Like talk to him, say something. You know.
Were you there that fucking night when that bitch heckled me in Comedy Vault?
I was hosting.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I was peeing when
So
you
the
started
week-
chanting "fuck that bitch." And I started peeing harder. I'm like, I'm missing the greatest moment of this night because the whole crowd is going, "Fuck that bitch, fuck that bitch." And I'm just like,
dude. I've never been like so extreme feelings at once. Like so fucking happy that I took that because okay, I never been to Comedy Vault ever before. That was my
That was the
first
first
time.
night.
That was my first fucking time. I went in there intimidated as fuck because that place looks as if not more professional than Zany's with those fucking paintings.
It's pretty pro. It's pretty nice.
The sound is pristine. The fucking lighting.
big ass list, nice crowd. Was hosting.
Yeah.
Was a good time.
And I mean, the people go. Fucking Brian Posehn's gonna be there in like a week. Like
No,
famous
dude,
people.
They book good people.
So
Yeah,
so that
for
place
sure.
is legit. And so when I was on stage, all those lights mixed with, all right, I'm doing stand up, so there might be a panic attack. I was like, is this bitch really this fucking loud? Or am I? Is it part
Was
of
she
my
still
panic
sitting
attack?
down on the phone?
Yeah.
Because I was gonna bring up. I was gonna say, "Bitch, are you on the phone right now?" Before I called somebody up, but Dave Sitko said he wanted to say something to her about the phone, so I didn't. But I really wanted to.
You know what I really wanted
in
to do?
between people's sets, but
I was
she was kind of hot.
So I was.
She was talking to her husband, so then I was like, "Oh no, I don't care about her."
No, I was fucking hoping this would happen because this is how wild I would get. I fucking, you know that autistic Dr. Laugh guy or whatever the fuck? He found the phone. And he goes, "Oh, I better give this to somebody." And I was like, I wanted to fucking grab that phone, put it in my pocket, and be like, "All right, now you can have it, so you don't fuck up my set, cunt."
Wow.
And like, but yeah, I don't know. That might have got me back. But the point is, like, I had so many people telling me, like, "Dude, that was your first. How you handled that so well. That was funny as fuck."
Fuck, I wish I saw that.
I was pissed because like I was trying. It was
You
my
didn't
first.
film it?
I don't know. I don't know anybody who filmed it. Like I don't know.
Damn.
I mean, maybe there is. Hopefully they can't. But I was.
I don't
just-
think they film. They do have a camera constantly going though, but they don't film. I don't think. But I don't know.
Yeah, you yelled fucking bitch.
Yeah.
But
No,
then
I
the
just started
door was
roasting her.
They all
closed
started
and-
fucking chanting it too, dude. That was pretty cool.
the door was almost closed when he got it out. And I
Oh
was
yeah, you
like-
were there, right?
Yeah, I was like watching the door like close. I'm like, she won't hear him.
No,
But then
I remember I
He
screamed.
screamed it, and then it closed, and then they came back in.
Yeah, I screamed, "Shut the fuck up, you cunt!" And then she came back in, and I said, "No, nobody wants your fucking Paris Hilton of Batavia slimy cooter here.
but-
There's no
But
fucking
bro.
tabloids that want to fucking."
Why would you do that though? If I were you, I wouldn't do that.
Because she ruined my whole set, and
No, but I would be like, I'm not trying to do that to the vault. You feel me?
yeah,
But
Even-
everybody took it well. The crowd was
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
side, right?
it
Yeah.
was okay.
even
But
fucking,
you're talking risk wise.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like he was like instigating it, but you thought that she was gone. But when
oh,
they
I know,
came
I just
back
didn't
in-
care if she was gone or not. I
Uh-huh.
mean, she's being loud and fucking up everybody else's experience. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like, it's me being me. Like I don't know who else to be. Like that's what I would have done.
yeah.
If her husband comes on, then I'm gonna do jujitsu holds with one-liners on there. You know,
Hell yeah.
be like, what was the fucking one-liners I did when I was doing you for Halloween? I forgot what the fuck it was. It was
You
like,
did Black Lives Matter. How about Black Lives Happier?
yeah.
I was like, that's awesome. I told you that you should keep that, and you haven't said it.
Because I don't know. Do you think it's okay? Like, what do you think it's okay to do like the first half set, like just maybe 4 one-liners, and then just go into like a story, or should it be consistent?
man.
As long
I'm
as
not a
it's not
story
like
guy.
super abrupt.
Yeah.
I don't think it. I don't know. Like, I feel like it'd be fine. It'd probably
Yeah.
be better to start with short ones.
I should
But
do
then
it.
I'm not a storyteller.
Some quick
so-
establishment with the quick
Yeah.
jokes. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't do one-liners though. I remember at fucking Second City once they're like, the homework is to come in with one-liners. Nobody could. We were like, I was just like, I just don't think that way. But that's when I remembered this joke I saw on Facebook that I used as my first joke on stage at the Shrine,
Yeah.
where it was, do you know pigeons die from having sex? Well, the one I fucked did.
Dude, I heard someone say that the other day. And I was like, that's that same joke that like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I saw that as a meme, so I said that for my
someone else did
one-liner.
that too.
And I said that because I was like, man, I'm so nervous of getting on stage. I'm just going to use this because I know it works. But when I said it at Second City, the fucking teacher fell out of his chair laughing, dude. I was
Really?
like, man, I wish I wrote that. But that's
That's
my
why-
go-to joke if somebody goes, tell me a joke. Since I don't
Yeah.
have a joke to tell them, I'm like,
Dude, you know what's fucking you guys done Shanahan's?
no.
No?
Wait, yeah, one time.
Yeah, with
Until
that,
they
with
Oh,
that,
yeah.
turned to be clean.
yeah, with that clean bullshit. So
I was
I
like,
walked
well-
in there and I was like, all right, this will be a challenge. I'll do
And
some-
Robert's a cunt.
That's what I've heard. That's what
Yeah.
I've heard. But I fucking walk in there and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. That's,
Come on.
That's clean, or that I could. I wanted it as a challenge. Like I could fucking do this. I could like make this crowd laugh. And these motherfuckers, this clean audience is so fucking dumb that they actually thought I was being racist. Because my one-liner is, I go, I don't want to be racist, but I fucking hate macadamians. They're nuts. Or no, it goes, they can't come out of their shell. They're always fucking salty, and they don't pay taxes. They're fucking nuts. And I said that shit, and like half the audience is like, "Ooh, like macadamians are nuts, bro." Like
Yeah.
they didn't get.
That's
It was
funny.
they were too old. It went over their fucking head. You
Yeah,
know?
they just heard the racism and wanted to
But it's
act
funny.
offended in case there was a macadamia around.
Yeah, but it's funny you mentioned the meme thing, because that's when I was doing Dylan the one-liners, I used one meme first to set up the joke that I said to like soften it up, which the meme was, I think I saw it on a Trailer Park Boys fucking page. It was like, some people like chicken pot pie, I like all 3. And then my thing is, some people use rapeseed oil, I do all 3. And that's what like.
That's good.
But no, I mean, I know exactly, like you said, that it was never your train of thought to do those one-liners. Like, no offense to anybody, but like to me, it's too easy for me. Like one-liner jokes, to be that fucking comedian, it's just not me.
There's no way it's too easy.
It's
I would
not-
say that's objectively harder. Like
For-
being a Jimmy Carr or a Dylan Mahler. Is it probably like doing like
I think
50 jokes compared
yeah,
to 12?
the memory. I don't have the fucking memory.
The
for it.
memory, the pacing,
Yeah, I just know like I don't want
transitions, making
like
it all
like
fit.
like you like Stephen Wright or who the fuck was it? Mitch Hedberg. You know,
Uh-huh.
to me, I liked more like I don't even know if it's a one-liner like Jeselnik.
Well, I feel he
Is
is.
there
Yeah, 100%.
He
He's
is,
kinda-
Yeah.
because they're a little longer, aren't they?
Yeah,
But
like a
it's
few
set up,
lines, but-
punch. It's like it's not a story. It's
Yeah.
100% a joke. But I feel like comedy has evolved to storytelling.
Yeah.
And there's only a few people who can do the one-liners correctly because it's like almost an old type of it.
Yeah.
When you
Mhm.
like when you see Jimmy Carr, it doesn't feel like current comedy.
I don't want to. No, I didn't mean to say it's too easy. I think it's too.
Yeah, Too Easy's crazy.
Not too easy. It's just like for me to come up with those. I think it's easy for me to do those, but at the same time, what the part that's hard is like I like fucking Rodney Dangerfield's. I have him on my Facebook, like just his page. You know how many one-liners that man has done? Like how like there's no. I feel like I would be fucking called out for stealing something every night because there's so many one-liners. You know, I don't know. I feel like that would be the hard part. I don't. Yeah, maybe it's. I don't know. I don't. Maybe I'm talking on my ass. I'm probably talking on my ass. You know my favorite fucking Jeselnik joke. Favorite Jeselnik joke.
Let's hear it. I'm sure.
It
Oh, yeah, I
goes-
got one too. Yeah.
It goes. He's like, you know, back in my day when somebody said they got their fucking ass kicked by their dad, they really got their fucking ass kicked because what happened? Do you know this one?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know this? He goes, because what happened to me, I remember my dad said, you better get straight A's. And I came home with a B. He fucking hit me so hard, I was bleeding out my nose. I was so terrified that the next time I took a test, I was so scared, I ended up getting a B minus. So when I came home, I gave the test to my mom and let that bitch take the beating.
Oh yeah, I've heard that
That's-
one. Fire.
But you know what fucking weirded me out that didn't he go out or was like best friends with Amy Schumer?
Yeah, that he was dating her.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I thought that was weird as fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, because he's funny.
No, but it's like that's kind of funny because it's like you like Jeselnik, and then it's like who is it? Who's like Amy Schumer again?
Who doesn't like Amy
No,
Schumer?
who's like Amy Schumer again that you were talking about?
Oh,
yeah, who reminds you of
earlier
Amy
today?
Schumer?
Trying to think. It's hard. It's hard. I think they have this. It'll be a surprise. It'll come up. We'll save it for the. I'm no comment. No comment.
No comment.
All right.
But
I don't know, man. I feel like if you can write one-liners, you should put more of them in your. Because most people say that they can't.
okay.
So if that comes naturally to you, then you should use that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
No, honestly, dude. Honestly,
Especially if
thank
they're
you.
easy.
Honestly, thank you because
Yeah.
when I did that shit that night,
Uh-huh.
I remember fucking Danny Hamill running up to me. He's like, "Phil, the fuck? That whole thing was hilarious." And I'm
That
like,
is such a Danny thing.
and I'm like, the whole like, I'm imitating you,
Yeah,
you know,
that's why
like
it was
that's,
funny.
and I'm just like,
That's what I think. I went up on that night and I was like, "Wow, some people have their best sets not being themselves."
yeah.
That's crazy. You guys should stop being yourself.
Dude, that was hilarious how McCarty dressed up as you with that fucking like do-rag or nylon on his
Oh
head.
yeah. How about? Never mind. Yeah. That was a good night.
Yeah. What the fuck was it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the best is like, I don't know, like having variation or whatever. You
Yeah.
clearly like talking about your stories, so it's just like putting, I don't know, like I think about some of mine where I could turn something into like it could be like the punchline basically
Yeah,
of
yeah.
something.
I fucking suck at punchlines. That's the
Really?
fucking that's the reason why I went to fucking classes because I was
Mhm.
like I didn't know how the fuck to set it up, and it really helped me like riff, like really fucking like you were saying. You like if you write anything now, you write the fucking main. You write one word and then you riff off of it, or you like just
Yeah,
these
yeah,
bullet
yeah.
points.
Yeah, just kind of have an idea of where I want to go with it. And like when
Yeah.
I'm saying it, my mind kind of just creates the quickest, funniest path naturally, because that's just kind of how I
Dude.
talk with people. Is I try and have it be concise and funny.
So this is fucking hilarious. Remember how I said that 5 years ago was when I first did comedy?
Yeah.
Remember how I said I like traumatically bombed? Here's what happened. I was doing my best friend at the time who we beat the shit out of each other. We're not friends anymore.
Nice.
He's a blind comic, and
Adriel?
no, it's not. This guy does it way less.
Oh no,
'cause
you
he's
said comic. Sorry.
yeah. No, this guy does it way less because he's a fucking alcoholic. But here's what, like, he was like your type of like one-liner comedian, and I'm not kissing ass. I'll tell you if like you're horrible, but I like your comedy. His one-liners were fucking horrendous. It was just so cheesy. It was fucking like, I remember one of his jokes was like, you know, I robbed the bakery today. They caught me bread-handed. When the cops put a gun to my head, I kept screaming, rye.
This sounds like Danny Hamill's set.
No, it's honestly like
So-
you could think of a lot of them, but it's like you might only get a couple that are
hit.
good. But then also, I don't know, like stringing them together or whatever, and like, because like I don't know, I want to have them in chunks where like they're talking about the same
They
thing.
segue
Yeah, they
into
segue
each other.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my ass. They're not that easy to do.
No,
So,
or it's just like sometimes I have longer jokes, but it's like each joke is
yeah.
or each part of it is, each line is going to get a laugh.
So
But that's how, like, I don't know.
So here's how much of a panic attack I had when I was bombing and trying to learn punchlines. I'm doing comedy with this blind guy, right? And he's like I did a set where I was just telling another crazy fucking story, right? I was also at a fucking Gallery Cabaret, which is like the wokest fucking bar, so nobody wants to hear about a criminal's shit. You know, like it's either politics or social justice,
Right.
jokes. So I'm up there ranting, didn't get a fucking laugh. He's like, Phil, you got to work on your punchlines. I'm like, okay, just tell me what to do. I'll take orders. He's like, just go home. It could be any of your stories, but just make fucking punchlines.
Yeah.
And I made this solid set where I was just bitching about being a stepdad. I was like, being a stepdad, it has a lot of downs, but if you look at it up, then if you have a half glass full mentality, it's really good. For example, I took my kid to a soccer game. He was sucking ass. This guy looked at me. He's like, yeah, man, like father, like son. I'm like, I know, man. I'm the stepdad. You're fucking telling me. Fuck that kid. And I just had all these like jokes, right? And then the last joke was like the one-liner was like, I go, the thing that I don't like about my kid is he's kind of emo. He's kind of fucking emotional. But you have to look at the good side, which is if you take him to the zoo and he falls in the gorilla pit, he'll shoot himself before they do anything to the gorilla.
Hell yeah.
So that was like my whole set, right? I go there. I had such a panic attack. This fucking blind friend of mine is just like, wait. He's like, so you write any
He
one
could
line?
even see how anxious you were.
Yeah, no. He didn't know what I had lined up. I'm like, oh wait, it'll be a surprise. I'll fucking tell. Wait till you see what I got lined up, dude. I go up there with such a panic attack. This is exactly what I say word for word. I go, yeah, I didn't say any of those lines. I just go up there. I go, yeah, what's the best part about being a stepdad? Your kid's gonna kill himself. And he's just like,
Honestly, that's funnier than the two other jokes.
and he's just, I just came off stage. He's like, what the fuck was that? If I could see you, I'd punch you in the face. What the fuck was that? That made that everybody just wanted to leave, like they think you have a gun or some shit. But yeah, I got to work on punch. The funny thing here's what's even more funny about my roast with Amy is on a Thursday. I did like these first two classes where they helped me polish up and organize my thoughts.
You show up to class, you're like, I'm roasting this bitch. So you guys help?
Dude, so we have this third fucking class is strictly crowd work. Strictly crowd work.
Wait, the class? Wait, you have to do crowd work in the class?
We're gonna, yeah. This
is gonna turn into improv real quick.
Well.
Yes,
well, what's gonna be fucking awkward is as soon as I signed up, I'm like, Amy, you could sign up too if you want. She signed up as well. And then the next day, I'm going to roast her ass. So the next week, the second class is going to be the most awkward shit in the fucking world.
No, it shouldn't be awkward. You think roasting was going to be... Was it awkward after you and Chris?
No.
Oh, well, yeah.
But Chris isn't... But... anyways, I don't know where else... I don't know if you guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we should call it.
We should call it. Well, thank you, fucking Dylan Mahler. Thank you, Mark
welcome, bro.
Carsky.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, man.
You guys are fucking moving on up. The Jerks is a great place.
Hell yeah.
Every fucking Tuesday in Villa Park. If you got...
Josephine's.
Listen, I don't understand you alcoholics out there. You just go to a normal bar to cry your fucking woes to some stupid stranger and suck them off in the alley. When you could be going into an open mic and doing the same thing.
Yes.
Be sucking me off there.
Yes.